So, the Frostmoor Crows, episode 52. Here we are back again. And you guys have, should we just do a quick recap? Who would like to do our recap today?
Gimbal hasn't done one in a while.
Yeah, I've done one in ages. All right, so where we last left our heroes was in the that town, which I assume is named now. I can't remember because I've been put on the spot. So we were in a small town on our way down to
Town Raidan.
And we were on our way. We were prepping up to go south towards the last I would say polite Goliath tribe, or potentially polite Goliath tribe we're dealing with. So we struck up a bargain to have to be going there on official business to make our lives a little bit easier. We tested out
when you say we, you mean Josiah.
Josiah did that, but I'm saying we tested out the oh fuck. Well, I'm really drawing a blank today. Thank you. So we tested that out. Gimbal, I wouldn't say he's got an addiction yet, but he wouldn't mind some more. And then we set out. I think we've just arrived. in
Raidan.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were very poor, even with the assistance that we got, we were still very poorly I don't know. We were very poorly communicating still. So I don't know how much good it did, but that's where we are.
Does anyone else have anything to add to that? You met with Princess Jera Raidan.
That's right.
Yes.
They nearly at the ship. They dragged your ship to the shore with hooks.
Yeah.
Busted.
They damaged the little empress. You know.
We checked though. It was cosmetic, wasn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, it was rude.
A bit rude.
It was super rude. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? Well, who does that?
What did Captain Slyn think of that?
Captain Slyn.
It's not her boat. She don't care.
Oh, okay.
It must be her boat, though, right? She's the captain
our
of
boat.
the boat.
We have discussed this. It is our boat.
Okay.
But she's like the permanent captain of it.
Well, she doesn't have.
She's hired.
Yeah. We have hired her for the purpose of captaining our ship. Yeah.
Right. She kind of came with the ship.
Yeah. And she can say, I don't really want to get rid of her. She's doing a good job.
Right.
We haven't had a mutiny yet, so that's good.
I have glasses now.
No, but we bribed them last round.
That's right. Yeah, that probably did some good for our standing. Hopefully.
Indeed. And so you guys got dragged to shore, and you got off the boat, and Jera told you that she was a princess, and that the leader of the tribe, whose name was Kaguna Raidan, not Hakuna Matata, that's different, as Tim pointed out in the previous episode. Now you can know that I just watched the end of it. Yeah. So you are,
and he's ailing, right?
He seems to be. He's apparently not well. Yeah, he's ailing. Yes, as it were. Yeah. So you're surrounded by a bunch of Goliath as you've just gotten off the ship. I can give you a couple of minutes to discuss in character what you'd like to do, or any thoughts that you have at this point, if you wish.
So are we currently being dragged to shore, or are you already on shore?
We can cut back and forth, so we can give you a couple of minutes on the ship as you are dragged to shore, if you like.
All right. So how are we going to play with this, Josiah? What are we gonna? What's our story? Why are we here? I think Tricky said something about tourism last time.
Oh yeah.
We're here.
Can't we just be upfront about what we're trying to do?
I don't know if they'll allow that though.
Well, are you saying? Do you say first we're here to do this, or do we go straight into the? We're looking to the tribes, and we'll help you with this.
Yeah, what if they're not, on board with it immediately?
On board.
But that's why we brought the embassy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're meant to vouch for us.
His name is Raidan.
Yeah.
Josiah, if you lead, we'll follow your lead. We'll lie based around your lies, or tell the truth, whichever way this is going.
Well, if we're going to lie, we should put Tricky out in front because she's the best liar.
Well, yeah, but her lies are too good, and I can't keep up with them.
By the way, you guys have got competition now. I just started a new Vein Gate campaign on Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
Face to
Ooh.
face, 6 players in
Face to face. Oh
Yeah.
my
Is that
god.
the one with Emma
It
in it?
is. It does have
Right.
And where are they? I mean, well, in the game.
in the game. Presently in Vein Gate.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Presently.
Hey, what's the current political climate in Vein Gate?
Isn't everyone dead? Has
Yeah.
that happened?
Well, the good thing about this particular campaign is because it is offline.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to sort of fit the rest of the canon for everybody else. So it could be an alternative universe, and I may well reuse a lot of the stuff I've thrown at you.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes, but I mean, I imagine it will just evolve differently. So it
could be Frostmoor Crows 2.0.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be Frostmoor Crows. We'll see. Incidentally, I'm doing weekly one shots on Zoom.
I saw that
week, so that's another thing. If you're interested in it, it's going to be there. Basically, to alternate with Dice and Fork. So Dice and Fork is like Tuesday and then Thursday, alternating weeks. So I'll just do the opposite days. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, right.
So you are at Raidan, and your boat is pulled up to the shore, and you disembark, and you have this brief conversation with Jera, where she tells you the deal with the tribe leader, and you're surrounded by these Goliath's warriors.
So is she like the daughter of the tribal leader?
You suspect she might be. You probably don't know for sure at this point, but out of game, yes.
Okay, all right.
They have the same last name.
I wanted
princess,
a
right?
princess. Yeah.
Temporary leader.
To be fair, I mean, the Goliath don't use last names the way that we do, so their last name is always their tribal name.
Right.
Just
okay.
Tribe. It's like Jack of the Blood Fist or whatever,
Yeah.
Jack not being a very likely name for a Goliath, but yes. Okay. So, of course, it is freezing cold, and there are snowflakes drifting down in the air around you, and the wind blasts through your clothes, making it feel as if you are very scantily clad, despite your thick woolen wools and such.
Well, Hank's going to go and put his Flash jacket back on.
Flash jacket back on, and it is Flash.
Yeah, it's real nice.
It's real nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Because he took it off to disguise himself as that old man, remember?
Right. All right. So as you are led into the town, you go up this long rampart that goes up up the side of the cliff, basically, to the top, where it's flat. This flat plain up there, this flat icy plain, and you can see the palisades of Raidan. Getting closer as you approach, and it's not unlike the other towns that you've been to, the other Goliath cities, except that you can see large mounds of ice-covered stone that look like they might be architectural and maybe even of giant origin. It seems the Goliath here tend to build their sites on old Goliath sites, on old Ostorian sites. And as you get closer, you can make perception checks.
As we're walking up, can I say, is this the one where, are these the shipwright ones, the ones that build the ships?
Yes, they are. These are the shipbuilding Goliath. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can get them to do some cool stuff to our boat.
Like
They can fix the hull.
They can fix the whole. Sure, for one, but they should do that for free. To be honest,
They should.
Perception?
22 for me.
12.
17.
so Hank is he's like, obviously he's struggling with this big woolen coat, trying to get this damn thing on, because it's big and heavy, and he got an 8.
He got an 8.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did anyone who got 20? Got a 22 from Josiah, actually.
Yep.
17 from Tricky Bob. You notice that there are certain members of the tribe as you move through that appear to be Skagan blood stricken.
Ah.
And they, they have stains around their eyes and such as you move through the town. And you head towards the main Megaron, which is in fact made of a mound of stones carefully stacked in such a way as to not collapse on itself. It's very clever the way it's been built in this kind of dome shape, but made of big flattish stones, natural stones, not shaped or carved. And they've been stacked on top of each other, and they've built a dome somehow out of these. And there's a big opening to that dome, and you notice that at the entranceway there's stacks of Goliath skulls on either side. A few other skulls too, the skulls of aurochs and other beasts. You see that there's a number of big wooden posts in the town with flags flying from them. Raggedy old flags, but they certainly must have once been bright and beautiful. And everything is covered in this hoary frost. And they lead you into this megaron. And at that point, the place is pretty empty actually, and there's soldiers are kind of staggering in rows as you enter, and they come along on either side of you like a phalanx of Goliath on either side of you. And you can see messengers running about collecting what? Who speaks Giant?
Me.
Only you?
Unless
Hank's got comprehend languages.
But
you can only understand, not speak, I think.
I can only understand. I'm not sure I would think to put it on, considering I know that Tricky can understand languages.
Right.
I think Hank, like I'm not really focusing on what's going on because I'm putting this big bloody great coat on.
Still doing it.
Yeah, I'm fiddling with the buttons or whatever it's got. Maybe it doesn't have buttons. Maybe it's got like
Could have buckles.
sleeves
It
or
had
something.
clasps,
Buckles, yeah.
I thought,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's my hands are freezing cold, so like I'm having difficulty with the buckles, right? So I'm not paying attention, and anything giant related, I've sort of in my head I've relegated to Tricky anyway. So
well, Tricky, what you overhear is that the messengers and what have you, they're collecting together the Council of Elders, and everybody, they weren't sort of sitting in the Megaron having a big meeting when you arrived. They were all off doing their own thing and with their families and doing stuff. So currently they're rushing about the town trying to collect all the important people to bring them together to meet these strangers that have just turned up. And so you're kind of left in the Megaron for a few minutes. However, Jera approaches you, and she has a large flagon, or rather a big drinking skin, and it's Goliath size. So for you guys, it's quite massive. And she comes over to you and she says, "While we wait for the nobles, perhaps you would like a draft." And she hoists it over to you. Yes.
Is this the custom of your people?
Custom of all sensible people.
Would it be impolite if we said no?
As you will. The snow
it doesn't say no.
I'll have his.
We do not trust the snow to drink.
What's the population like? Sorry, well, just like for Raidan, like on the way in, like compared to what the other ones we've seen.
It's bigger than the other ones so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Grimfrost might be kind of approximate to the Grimfrost tribe, but you'd say there are more here. There seem to be more children here. And
The southernmost, so that would probably put them in the best trading position, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's evidence of other races having been here too. You can see there's a number of small huts, sort of humanoid sized.
They do have tourism.
Things.
Maybe some smaller than average Goliath children too.
Well, they have trading. Well, they may have. You may actually see a couple of half-blood Goliath. Right.
How would that work?
Great question.
With difficulty.
Just a human variant, so that like bigger, right? Like Dolph Lundgren.
But then how would their genders work if they're meant to be like...
Genders and sex are different though.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
It's not about how they identify.
they don't have the social construct. They still have the actual
Right.
sex. Yeah.
Because I just kind of assumed Goliaths were like hermaphrodites.
Maybe they have
I think it's the social aspect.
Right, okay. That makes
I think
sense.
Tricky needs to walk up to someone and grab down there.
Pull their pants down.
Just have a little peek,
Yeah.
Oh, what's in there? Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. So, As you stand there, the council of elders come in, and they look sort of weathered and what have you, and they have nicer cloaks than everybody else, and some of them bear great swords and axes and things, and you see a number of their weapons. In fact, what are our perception checks? 22 for Josiah, 17 for Tricky. You may notice that some of their weapons and armor appear to be a little flashier than usual. Like they're quite fancy. There's gold edged shoulder plates and things on some of these nobles, and there's a great sword that is slung across the back of one of the Goliath that has gold trim on it, and it's an incredibly beautiful weapon. And you've never seen a Goliath carrying a weapon as beautiful as this, but it does have giant runes on it. And thus they assemble, and finally this elder Goliath comes in, leaning heavily on his staff, and he has his hood up, and he's got the trimmest robes of all, and they trail behind him. But he seems to be sort of, as he comes past you or into the room from the side, he staggers for a moment, and then one of the nobles goes to help him up onto the steps to the throne, and he waves them off. And then he sits down on the throne and looks up at you, and that's when you see that he has the stains under his eyes.
I mean,
does he still have his eyes?
He does.
Okay.
So he's not yet lost.
And he sits down and takes this long breath. Strangers. He speaks in common.
I guess I'll step forward and
I'm busy being disgusted.
Yeah.
You come into our fishing territory. What do you want here?
Certainly not fish.
I will be as direct as I can, and I'm sure this will be to your liking, sir. I am Josiah of Southwall, and these are my adventuring party. We come on a mission of peace. We seek to unite the Goliath tribes in a common cause to rid this land of the blight of Skagenblood.
Blight of Skagenblood. You wish to rid it of these lands.
Now I can see as plainly on your face that you care to impart yourself a bit in the old Skagenblood as well.
Be careful with your words, Josiah of Southwall.
No, of course, but like I said, I'm sure you'll appreciate me being direct rather than indirect. I can tell by the fact that you still have your eyes. You obviously know how to ration what you take, and perhaps you're a little apprehensive to take any more.
Perhaps you know of the sight of the Skagenblood that it provides.
But is it worth losing sight of reality?
Is it worth knowing who will trade with who and which armies march upon our village?
Perhaps, but I think that the future is quite uncertain. I mean, have all the things that you've seen come to pass?
Many of them.
But all?
I foresaw your arrival.
And so
I get a really big grin on my face when I hear that everything he saw came true. Like,
and then may I ask, my lord,
your treachery.
Oh, treachery. May I ask, my lord, what was the outcome of this conversation?
We shall see.
I
do not have long on this earth. So,
if I may be forward as well, my lord.
You have so far. Why change now?
Are you expecting your daughter to start taking the Skagenblood once you pass?
No.
Do you want this life for her?
This is my own choice and sacrifice. I sacrifice for her and for my people.
Well, let me pose this. If everyone starts partaking in the Skagen blood.
They shall not.
Okay. What's the end game here? What will we do once? What is it? Is it only a few select people who have it? Can't we all just agree to live in the present and try our best? I mean,
You do not understand the threats that we face.
Well, then let us help you.
The prophet comes, and to defeat the prophet, we need a weapon such as his. We cannot forsake ourselves to the extent that their tribe has fallen, but we live in a desperate time. You and your peoples of the south have brought this blight upon us, have given this Skagen blood unto the Thorisblood tribe, and now they ransack villages and take what they will. They have taken our holy sites and relics.
Yes, we have been informed of this on our trip down. And so that's why I come with the proposal that we help you with your situation.
An invitation as well.
How would you do this? What is your intention?
Let us help you reclaim your holy land. And if we pass this trial of yours, align yourself to our cause and we will rid the Skagen blood from the, what was the name of that tribe?
Thara's blood.
The Thara's blood. We will usurp their leader and we will smash their tribe to the four winds.
Easily said.
I just turned to just, I was like, I thought we were meant to bring them all together.
Yeah, well, maybe not him, but maybe the tribe. You know, we cut off the head of the snake, and then we've got a cool headless
snake.
Yeah.
I say in a message to Josiah, like I cast my message, and I'll be like, you know, maybe we don't unite all the tribes. Maybe we just, you know, don't invite the Thara's blood.
I look at Hank and I kind of nod, and then I go back to the chief and I was like, what do you think of our proposal?
I accept your proposal for now, but I should wish to see you perform the actions that you promise.
Surely with your foresight, you've already seen these actions happen.
Perhaps.
Mm.
And have you partaken of the Skagen blood?
Not myself.
Accidentally we did.
Oh, actually, yes. I have inhaled, not eaten or consumed the Skagen blood.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Not directly, but I have had
Contact.
seen its effects, yes.
Yeah.
A contact high, if you will.
He points at Gimbal. You.
Hello.
You have partaken of the Skagen blood. I sense it about you.
Well,
wish for more.
Well, I'm a bit,
taste.
I'm a little bit on the fence about it after seeing the damage again.
It is not worth your while.
That being said, though, you must have
Gimble's got too much life left to live.
A bit around here.
Our tribe has taken a specific stance upon this matter. Our, what's a good word for battalion or unit?
Company?
Troop, yeah, something like that. He uses a giant word that describes it, which we can't pronounce. And he says, among each of our, I'll just use troop, amongst each of our troops, one member has been given a small stash of Skagen blood so that they may predict the movements of their enemies and predict the terrain in order to keep an edge upon them. Those members have sworn an oath and prepared themselves for the consequences and death that will follow. This is a sacrifice that we have chosen to take. Our council has voted upon it, and it is so.
Well, while we are on the topic of this, and so we've just agreed to go to the shrine, right?
Yep.
Right. Okay. Are you aware of what is at the shrine?
Doden Baparg, Eisenjotunheim Mat Stormfer, the Frost Giant Journey. It is a pilgrimage that every tribe member on this island would take. Once in their life, if not more. They have been cut off by enemy forces. We do not know from whence they came, perhaps the Underdark, we cannot say. But a new tribe has emerged of orcs. We call them the Frostbite orcs.
This is as I foreseen.
They have camps about us. Even now, less than 10 miles from here, their scouts sit among the frozen fir trees. They camp and watch. They prepare. They mark the territory. For whom we cannot say. None has come close to Doden Barparg for 2 years now.
These orcs, do they operate by themselves, or do you think they are somehow aligned with your rival tribe?
We do not know the answer to this. I do not have any evidence pointing in either direction. If you can find evidence, I would be impressed.
Sounds like a classic Josiah Hank Ricky.
When you speak of the Underdark, is there an entrance on this island?
Indeed. That is the place, Doden Barparg. Beneath the place is a giant vault and temple complex leading deep into the Underdark. Our people sealed the entranceway long ago to prevent the many tribes of subterranean peoples from desecrating our heritage.
Have you seen these people yourself?
Not myself. It has been done centuries ago. But they are spoken of in our tapestries and temples on the walls of our abodes.
I see.
When we were on our way down here, we stopped in a fishing village just north, and
Human.
Yes, human. And the leader there let us know that you were sending a force to try and retake it. Will this still be the case?
We have been assembling a force for some time, but each time that we rally, the orcs have broken our force.
Well, maybe Hank is right, and perhaps a smaller, more discreet method is the way to do this. My colleagues and I have a certain way of causing chaos discreetly wherever we go. Perhaps we're perfectly suited for this.
Already, you have spread chaos to Raidan. There is talk among the wives and old men.
I do have that effect on the women.
I cannot understand why.
Yeah, I think it's more Hank's lookout at these days, to be honest.
All right.
You have met my daughter, Jera.
We have.
She will tell you more details if you need to know. For now, you may take residence in the huts.
It's very gracious of you. Thank you.
When do you intend to leave and begin your said chosen journey?
First light.
Yeah, I think the sooner the better. Like let's not give them any
Can we have
indication that we're here.
Can we have a guide?
Jara, you guide them. And she steps forward. Yes, King.
Oh, the princess.
Lovely. Thank you very much for your time. And
We will not disappoint you. You will you will be quite amazed at our work once you see it in completion. And you
or
will
if you
see
can't
it
see it
with those eyes.
Not good.
He reaches into his robes and takes out a small bag like this. Points at you, Moonbrook. Step forward.
Yes, Chief.
Kimbo.
Look, I'm not gonna disrespect this man.
You may not this.
Thank you, Chief. I'll put my hands out. I graciously accept and do a low bow.
As you put your hand on it, he continues holding it tightly, and
I start tugging it a little.
Now you both got your hands on it. He says, "You will be careful, and you will only use this if and when needed, and that you should vote upon as a group."
There are none more careful than me, myself.
Perhaps I should give it to your friends.
No, this is fine. I've said
That's a
nothing to
great
make
idea.
this guy suspicious.
Great idea.
Yeah, I agree.
What you don't know, Gimbal, is that his Skagan blood habit has given him a certain level of psychic ability.
Damn it.
So he kind of knows.
Okay, fine.
I take the bag and I
So you step in and snatch the bag from Gimbal?
yeah, I'll snatch it, and then I would like to make it look like I'm putting it in one pocket, but use sleight of hand to actually put it in a different one, so Gimbal doesn't.
Sleight of hand.
Well, I'm not gonna rob you. Probably.
You might.
I don't trust addicts.
You never trust a drug.
21.
Wow.
Can I do a competitive perception?
I think that's only fair.
6. I'm focusing way too hard on looking respectable.
All right, that sounds fair. Very well. Very well. If you return alive and with good news, you shall be rewarded.
We will speak more on the terms of a reward when we return successfully.
Do any of you guys have your tattoos visible?
No, I have yet to pop off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we want to prove our worth first.
We say, Chief, do you have a public bathhouse?
We don't want to flex too much.
Public bathhouse.
With some hot springs.
A place such as the Moldrayans would propose.
Or would you have hot springs? Natural hot springs here.
Not precisely.
Damn it.
They just roll around in snow to I guess.
Wash if you wish to do so. I can have hot water made and brought to you if that is your weakness.
Yes, please.
The tribe kind of suppress a gaggle,
I strut out confidently.
Right.
I don't give a shit. This is. You all like it? No. Gibble's just gonna start ranting and walk out.
I don't give a shit about fucking any of this.
Hey, look, you weak if you like hot water. You big babies.
Ranting in
Elvish.
Elvish, yeah, that might be a good idea. Okay, very good.
I want my bath. I shout as I walk.
Maybe in Elvish though, he sounds like he's beautifully complimenting everyone,
with a red face.
Jara strides out next to you, Gimbal, just ahead of the other members of your crew, at the front. And she turns to you and she says, "You think our tribe is weak?" And she says that in Elvish.
Oh. Curses.
She looks.
I think your ways are simple, and your shaming of other people's enjoyment is disgraceful. Enjoying a hot bath, especially in such a cold area, would not make one weak. I've slain many things. Things you wouldn't even dream of.
You have slain things I could not dream of.
Yes. Giant worms that spit fire. Dark elves in the deepest recesses of the world.
You must indeed be a hero then.
Oh, yes. Possibly the greatest.
And the most humble.
Absolutely.
I see.
And the coldest, and the most in need of a hot bath.
I will have your hot bath drawn. Fear not, elf.
Thank you, Dar.
I have heard of your ways.
Mm-hmm.
You must understand that the tribe has its own stagnated traditions going back centuries. My father, he was among the first to begin trading with even the elves. Before that, his father traded with the humans. Before that, there was no trade outside of our tribes.
Well, that's respectable that he's willing to at least acknowledge other races and deal with them. And it's to be expected, these little chuckles and quips at other other customs and what others find wholesome.
I will fetch your tub.
Thank you.
She turns and goes over to some of the soldiers and she starts telling them what to do in Giant, and one of them sniggers.
And now if I look at those troops, one of them is a leader of that battalion, right?
Yeah.
Can I tell which one?
The one with the slightly skug and blood eyes.
Oh, good. Oh, well, it's an easy tell, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, sweet. Cool.
In fact, they often wear makeup to cover it, like war paint under.
Like blue war paint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So did the majority of the people struck with it hair there? They still have their eyes, but they're, I guess, more in the process, is it, of losing them because they're rationing what they're taking.
They're rationing.
Right.
Yes, and they probably, I'm thinking they probably rotate it as well, so they're not always doing it. And they're not doing it very regularly.
Have we seen the final cause and effects of Scott? Like, so okay, let's say you lose your eyes.
Yeah.
What then?
Eventually, if you keep taking it, you'll die.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And did we establish Greater Restoration fixes this?
Greater Restoration would fix it, yeah.
But not, it wouldn't fix the addiction. It would just fix the. You'd still be into it.
Addiction is psychological.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the addiction is psycho-magical.
Does it make them grow their eyes back, or does it just heal the disgusting festering wounds?
It restores eyes, right?
No, because like Greater Restoration can't bring back any body parts they lost. So if they actually like their eyes rotted away and fell out, they can't restore them. Only if their eyes have like, I don't know, shriveled up, I guess, but still there.
So it's like when you Greater Restoration after like losing a limb, you've got to put the fucking arm right back in place, and then
I think that would work.
Yeah, that seems like it. It's like restoring putting the limb on ice and then reattaching it and then casting Greater Restoration.
Tricky's opinion on this. She's the cleric.
I don't think you should be able to, unless once it's been fully detached, you can't reattach it unless it's like hanging off by a couple of threads or something, and maybe then you can reattach it. But I think if it's been fully cut off cleanly, like I don't think you should be able to just stick it back there and like glue it with lesser restoration or even Greater Restoration, to be honest.
Repairing.
Like if I lost my leg and it was lying right there, like right then and there, it's still bloody and gross, I would have thought it would be like. What about cure wounds then? I mean, what about generic healing?
Well, because they leave scars, right? That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I would picture it'd be like if it got sewn back on. You'd have like that ring from where like it been tore off. Like
as long as it's like living tissue still, like in this,
or at least on ice.
Yeah.
I would posit this, right? If Greater Restoration does not restore you to your original self, what does? What's the spell that can make you completely whole again?
True resurrection.
Regenerate is a 7th level transmutation spell.
Regenerate.
The target's severed body members, fingers, legs, tails, so on, if any, are restored after 2 minutes. Basically, you touch a creature and stimulate its natural healing ability. The target regains 4d8 plus 15 hit points for the duration of the spell. Target regains 1 hit point at the start of each of its turns, 10 hit points each minute. If you have the severed part and hold it to the stump, the spell instantaneously causes the limb to knit to the stump. So that's regenerate.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, nothing
So
restoration.
that's what we
That's
need.
a wizard thing. That's not a cleric thing. That's
No, that is a bard, a cleric, and a druid thing.
Oh,
Bad.
Wait,
Good on you, bards.
what school of magic does Gimbal know?
It's
You'd be like druid, wouldn't it?
ranges no druid spells generally, and there's a couple of spells in there that are ranger only spells. But
Right. Okay.
like cordon of arrows, but I mean that's a lot of them are pretty shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to say it anymore.
Like
Zephyr
rangers
strike.
in general, really.
Zephyr strike is like,
Zephyr
hey,
I would still say, like, my take on a lot of these things is that, it still probably doesn't heal the psychological damage. So if you had your arm cut off and then reattached, you'd still be pretty fucked up afterwards, right? Like you'd have gone into shock, and you'd feel fine physically, but it would still be quite a toll to take, right?
Certainly at the time,
Yeah.
If it was like an hour later, or even an hour later, if it was like weeks later or something, and you had the arm frozen or something.
No.
So Greater Restoration does not bring back your limbs or your eyes. So if we want to do that, we really need Regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just gotta watch out. When my eyes start to go, just need Tricky, learn Greater Restoration.
You have to wait like
What is your god
2
doing for
levels?
us?
A lot.
He needs to do more.
He has turned a blind eye to all of our falsehoods.
Yeah.
I don't think he's really into drug addicts, is my guess.
Yeah.
Never know. Moradin,
Hank keeps his peace on that one.
Moradin might be a real coke fiend. You never know.
Yeah.
Snorts it
I mean,
off.
look at how we got our profit here.
That puts it
That's
out
a
on
point,
the
yeah.
anvil. Is like does lines off his anvil.
We're so Gimbal's walked out with this bath mission of his.
Right.
What are we doing?
Right. What are you doing? Jared talks to you guys, and she says your quarters will be over here.
May I ask a question about your tribe?
Of course, you may ask.
Your weapons are quite ostentatious. What gives?
Splendid, perhaps.
Yes.
What giveth?
Yes. What giveth?
These are ancient weapons of our tribe, handed down for many centuries. These are the weapons of the Raidan.
They are very very splendid.
Might I examine them? I don't need to touch them. I just want to have a look. I'm very interested.
Which
I'm a wizard, you said.
You speak of. She hefts out this big pick from her belt, like
A big pick.
Yeah, this massive war pick.
Yeah, right.
Gold trimmed edges on the steel. The steel looks very fine indeed, and it has engravings all over it.
Are we in the company of a lot of other Goliaths at the moment?
You're on a kind of in a I guess the town square outside the Megaron.
Right. Okay. Yeah, maybe not then. I'll just look at it and go. Very nice. Very nice. Very good. And I don't bring out my lantern.
If these are tribal weapons,
yes.
Does if one were to become an honorary member of the tribe, would they be in line to inherit one of these?
Doubtful.
Oh, that's yeah, indeed. What can you tell us around the orcs? Where will we be heading on this reconnaissance / disruption mission?
Let me take you to your quarters. There, I shall show you a drawing of the outlying area.
Can we get some meat, cheese, and beer, please?
Yes, I can arrange so.
Thank you.
We have a small store of such things we keep for our visitors, the traders that come forth from Ankhorn and so forth.
I would be very much obliged.
Yes. She takes you down to your new rooms, and they are hospitable. There are rugs and things, and the walls are covered in rugs to keep the space warm. There's a fireplace, and there's two Goliath children are busy stacking firewood into the fireplace at this point, off out of a basket, and setting the fire. There is food brought in, a basket of food, including some rare fruits and things from the south, and a large amphora of some sort of Goliath mead.
Yeah.
Which you will be making Constitution saving throws for if you drink it.
I'll be drinking it.
You can smell the fumes where you are. They have simple bread and a number of other things. This boar meat, and there's a just outside the front of this place. She says to somebody in giant something or another, and they clear off all of the frost and snow to reveal the mud beneath. And she takes a stick and traces out the township and the surrounding area and shows you that there are 3 roads. One road heads north along the coast to Dunbane, above the cliffs. Another road heads along the other coast to the other townships along that way. And the third road heads directly north, pretty much, towards the lake, and then onwards to the Dodan Baparg, the holy site that you are intending to go to eventually. And she shows you where there are a number of bluffs and cliffs and a gorge and so on, and she outlines a couple of places where they've had encounters with these ice orc. They call them ice bite orcs, I think I said, or frostbite orcs. Yeah. Yeah. So you get a kind of a general view of what's going on. Do you have any specific questions?
Our ranger is quite experienced on this kind of terrain. Would you think it was a good idea if perhaps we cut across country and tried not to stick to roads?
She looks at you. Yes, this we can do.
How long? Sorry, Jed.
No, you go, my friend.
Allow me to interject. Roughly how long will the journey take to get to the what did you call it again? The
Dodan Bapag.
The Dodan Bapag. Dodan Bapag. So roughly how long will it take us going overland rather than the roads to get to Dodan Bapag?
The road there is closed in any case. The bridges have been collapsed.
Right. And are there any other dangers in the wilderness?
Of course, many dangers in the wilderness.
Ah, goody. All right.
Unfriendly ogres exist about.
We have some experienced ogres.
Ah, well, it seems that you have come at the right time then.
We may be just what this tribe needs.
Perhaps. All right.
We're in private now, though, aren't we?
Gimble's washing.
Gimble's doing it. He's in the corner. He's not even in.
Am I in the room? Does that mean I can have a beer while I'm having a bath?
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean over and listen in while drinking a beer. Right. Nice hot bath.
All right.
That's great.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can be there. I mean, to be fair, they're drawing the map outside in the. Actually, why were they doing it in the mud? They could have just drawn it in the snow. That would totally.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. I thought we were inside our little courses.
I like to imagine that he's like peeking his head out of the tent and while he's having a shower or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
I picture him in a cauldron
Yeah.
Leaning over with a big
I thought
intense
that
smile on his
too,
face.
actually. That's exactly where my head was as soon as he thought like drawing up some hot water. I thought they'd just do it in a big iron cauldron. Yeah. I'm with you there.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I'm going to check on something. I just won't be a minute.
All right, I'll take a chance for a break as well.
Jarrah,
Yeah.
leaves you for a moment.
Back soon.
Unless you can dance consistently to it, don't get it.
I don't like when you're thrashing in the air and it's like knocked over one down.
Yeah, fucking that was insane. That kind of behavior really helps like go juxtapose the quiet things to that. It seems so, yeah, it seems so much more like sincere fucking rock and roll thrashing when you've seen them be as quiet as fucking they can be, and then just yeah. I love that first song.
The first one you did on piano is the one that's triple.
The very first song was piano.
Princess Chelsea.
It was like all red. You know, sing it. And the second one, they turned off the backside and played piano. He was playing that.
Hello.
Hello. I overheard you guys talking about some music stuff, and
Yeah, we went to Sigarois last night.
Yeah.
Concert at Spark. So you ever heard of the band Sigarois? It's like it's written like almost Sugar Rose.
okay.
Hang on, I'll you might recognize like one of the album arts. Hang on, Sigarois. It's Icelandic ambient rock, I guess would be the best way to describe it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It was a fucking rad concert. It was one of the chillest things I've ever been to. It's very suited for snowscapes and long journeys. We listened to a massive mixtape of it when we did the drive from Dunedin to Queenstown.
Right.
That was very very fitting for the terrain.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's the forest. Sorry. The reason I perked my ears while you guys were talking about this thing is I am a little stuck in my ways when it comes to music, but I heard this one band that was awesome on the radio. And I'm trying to find out. I can't remember what they were called, and it just jogged my memory. So how do you spell that Icelandic?
Sigur space.
Oh yeah, Sigur
yeah.
Rós.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Sigur Rós.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sigur Rós.
Yeah.
No.
Listen to the album, which is just 2 brackets. That's their best one, in my opinion. Yeah. Open parentheses, close parentheses.
Oh yeah.
What do they call it? It's like, hey, check out our latest
I don't know.
album.
Fucking a lot of them, I think they call it Untitled. And then fucking almost every single fucking song on it, I think, is called Untitled as well.
It's also brackets, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to come up with names.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, because they don't sing in a mixture of Icelandic and English and a third made up language that they created. It sounds fucking weird, but if you just listen to it, it's like, wow, this is lovely melodic music.
All right.
It sounds very elfish, if I could describe it.
Well, they're the elfin people, right? Yeah, the Icelandics. Yeah. You think of who was that other one? Bjork. Was she Icelandic or Greenland?
Yeah, she's like a little.
She looks like a pixie. You know.
Yes. Yeah. I want to eat your hair.
Yeah.
Hello.
A very odd woman.
Yeah.
We love Bjork.
Okay.
Princess Chelsea, I think, was the other one.
Oh, Princess Chelsea, is that the one you've heard?
Yeah, I heard they're real rocking, man. I heard them on the radio. The Forest, that was the song. Found ya. Yeah, I heard the song on the radio. I was like, man, these guys are banging.
Was it on BFM?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, they always are Thrasher.
But do they? Okay.
I always thought it was just one woman. I didn't realize they were actually a band.
I don't know. I have no idea if they do or not.
Else.
But it's definitely this one, the Forest.
It's one woman, yeah.
Just one woman? Yeah. Sounds like a full-piece band, man. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's from Auckland.
Yeah, she's from Auckland. That's right. Well, I didn't know that when I first heard the song. I just thought it was killing. But yeah, I'm listening to the radio now because I now have a car and my restricted license, so I can go places.
Nice.
Which is great.
All right. So let us continue.
Continue.
So you're in the camp, you're in your hut, you're in your abodes.
Cool.
And Gimble's in the bath washing. Jera's drawn you a map. What do you guys want to do at this point?
Does nobody else seriously want a bath?
Yeah, I'll have a bath after you, Gimble.
All right then.
All right.
Yeah. I'll jump in.
Yeah, come on. All the way here.
Yeah.
Like
do things such as rubber duckies exist, or a variation thereof?
A crude duck carved
like
into
a wooden. Like a wooden.
Given how they shat all over me for wanting a bath, you imagine trying to bring a duck in here. You're thrown out of the camp.
That's a great idea.
Does Hank have a wooden rubber ducky that he's made?
I reckon he does, actually. Yeah, I reckon he makes a little rubber ducky. And sometimes, just to mess with people, he transmutes it into metal, you know.
So
yeah, exactly.
Right. Nice.
Yeah. So he's got this little wooden rubber ducky, and he jumps in with Gimble, and he's got this little ducky, prodding it along.
This might be the scene to clip for, as a separate little. Okay, so you guys have your baths and you clean up and wash the mud and snow and shit off your clothes and things, I suppose. Anything else you want to do in the meantime before night falls and sleep?
Eat and drink, be merry.
I would like to go for a wander through the campus. I like to wander around these places.
You do, yes. All right.
I'll let Gimble go first. Sorry, it's very rude of me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, there's all the usual things you would expect to see. There's people stockpiling food and clothes and things. There's weavers making baskets. There's people carving basically making spears and things from hafts of wood.
Can I see? And if I'm wandering around long enough in a weird way, can I try to find one of the guard troop leaders
Yeah.
who's knocking off from work?
Yes, but bear in mind they probably don't speak common.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Yep.
Also, it's all that's going through my head now is good paranoia but they'll see it coming. They'll know exactly what's happening anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But, well, that's as far as, well, no, I didn't know that. I didn't see a lot of stuff coming that happened today. No, it'll probably be okay. This is fine.
All right.
Good.
All right. Fair enough.
I'm just going to stalk him.
So you follow him.
Yeah, for a bit.
Okay. Well, the troop leader is working with that troop at that time. And so they are basically they do some drills and practice combat and stuff for a while, which is quite brutal, actually. There's a few blood noses and things. And one of the soldiers gets a broken nose from the butt end of a spear as they're practicing. And they all laugh about it.
Gross.
Yeah, and they reset it, and he's in quite a lot of pain. He or she, you're not sure. And eventually, that troop goes off to do other duties at the guard at the gate. Yeah.
Right, so the leader didn't knock off. Can I see a change of troops, like a leader that's done for the day and is
Right.
going home?
You can make an investigation check.
I wish I had better investigate. Oh, 17.
17. Yeah, all right. You find one of the Goliath leaders does that, and they're heading back to their abode. And as they do so, they take off the outer cloak that they're wearing as they get towards the door of their house.
Are there windows, or is that a tent?
It's a structure.
Oh, good. All right, I'll peek through a window if I can.
They don't have windows. They have
okay.
like a fire hole in the ceiling. And
does he have a door?
There is a door. Oh, it's not a closing door. It's like
just an entryway.
Heavy rugs pulled across a rail.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Can I sneak in?
You want to sneak in?
Poke my head through the door stealthily to see what I could see.
Keeping Gimbal.
All right, Gimbal, you can make a stealth check.
First, this is just the poking of the head through the door.
This is after dark.
Right.
Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier for you to approach the house to begin with.
24.
Okay. You peek inside into this. Basically, it's like a 3-room dwelling with a main room where there's the fire pit and the cooking, and everybody sits around the fire telling stories and so forth. And that's sort of where they're at the moment. You can hear the heaving sound of somebody in a back room who sounds like they might be sick or sleeping or old or something like that. And you can hear the sounds of cooking and preparations being made, and you can just make out the shapes of the Goliath family, and they're preparing their meals and so on. And there's a couple of them sitting about. There must be 10 people in this dwelling.
Oh, bloody hell, it's a big family.
Yeah, and they live in pretty cramped quarters.
Any kitties?
Yeah, there's like 4 of them are younger ones, ranging from a baby that's in a cradle all the way up to one that looks like they might be in their mid to late teens, who seems to be taking a lot of responsibility for the fire.
Yeah, well, I don't speak giant. I will walk. I'll leave, kind of ashamed and depressed over the fact of it.
I will say that
he's going to die.
You also will have noticed that inside there they've got some kind of an altar set up on one side in the northern corner, which seems to have you recognize that the stone carving of Annam. You might not know who the other gods are, but you've seen statues of these various giant deities in the past quite a few times now, so you're kind of getting familiar with the giant pantheon of the Ordning. Yeah, and so they have offerings and things next to those, and effigies of their ancestors clustered about them. So the giant ones are sort of like this big, and then the effigies of their ancestors are sort of down this sort of size, clustered about the bottom, along with some rune staves and things. Okay, so you go off a little bit ashamed.
Yeah, I was going to rob him, but he's got a family and he's dying, so a bit ashamed.
Jeez.
So yeah, I'll head
I'm a
back.
lizard drug addict now.
So
if it was easy to get, then
There are a couple of not stray but straggly dogs, large dogs in the town, wandering around somewhat unattended. Every now and again, a goliath boots one and tells it to fuck off, basically.
I hear that.
On the other
They're
hand,
useless.
On the other hand, you see others feeding them scraps and things too, and then you see somebody admonish somebody for feeding the dogs scraps. But yet the dogs seem to be largely given free right of way to go wherever they want in the town.
Can I befriend a dog?
You can try and make an animal handling check.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Describe what you're gonna do. Come on.
I'm gonna walk up and do the little thing, the hip boy, and snap my fingers in a, I'm a ranger. I know how to talk to a dogs.
Are you using food to encourage it?
No, not at first.
Okay.
Can Gimbal do the thing where he can like whistle the shrill way, but only like without doing it in his
you can just do it with his tongue or something.
Yes, I would like to think so, even though I can't. It's fantasy. So yes, I can do that.
He's a user, so I don't see why not. And he has elven anatomy. I don't know what that even means, but sure.
Great at fucking whistling.
I like that idea. So he whistles to the dog, does he? And let's make an animal handling check.
I got 20.
Oh, you got 20. Okay. Well, you did such a perfect whistle that it's outside of the audible range of most humans and even Goliath. And the dog kind of walks over to you and sniffs you and looks up at you kind of expectantly.
Yeah, cool. I'll give it pats, and then I say, "Come on, you're mine now. Let's go."
All right. And you speaking an animal? Do you have that?
No, I haven't cast that spell. I'm just ushering it along.
All right. He follows you along.
Yeah, bring it back to the tent.
Okay. Josiah,
hey,
I found a dog.
Don't bring that in here.
It's ours now. No, it's good.
Rabies or something.
You always wanted a dog, Hank. This is
yours now. I got an owl.
The dog comes in and sits in front of the fire and puts its head down on its paws. And
see, give him
What's
some
his
meat.
name?
I'm not giving him any meat.
Flipper.
Flipper. Oh my god! I had a one shot the other night. Someone summoned an animal companion. What was it? It was a wizard summoning a
familiar.
Familiar, thank you. And it was an eagle. It was a hawk called Eagle.
All right.
Anyway,
Speaking of, however, I would like to instruct Hogsmoor to go and see if she can go like quite high up and see if she can go as far as she can and then come back before daybreak in the direction of the orcish camp. See if she can plot out like a route for us.
Right. This is the nearest orc camp you're talking about. The scout.
Yeah.
Scout camp.
Yeah, scout camp. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So she does that. She flies off.
Sweet.
Outside of range, you can't communicate with her for now.
Okay.
All right. And
just say, what were you gonna do when
some thoughts you were gonna?
I want to track down their weapon maker here.
Okay. Oh. All right, you can head over to their forge. They have a couple of blacksmiths working together, but by the time night falls, they've pretty much begun shutting that down, and the forge is going cold as you approach.
You're that customer that comes in 5 minutes before closing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna. Do you gentlemen speak common?
1 second.
Yeah. Oh, that's the rudest service I've ever had.
They're in the back. Hang on.
Did you not hear the bell ring as I walked in?
Well, they look at you and they say something in giant.
I'm going to present my my hand crossbow, and I'm gonna like hold it up and go, "No more arrows, no shooty. Need
No,
We
pew
s-
pew.
No, we stocked up on arrows in the last
no."
town.
They said they didn't have any crossbow bolts, didn't they? They said
Oh,
they were
crossbow
simple
bolts.
simple
No, right.
simple trappers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
Okay.
need something long distance. I need pew
Pew.
or throw.
She's eating some Goliath bread. As
Probably gives you a javelin.
looks at
Can you understand
you,
me?
ushers you inside, and says something else in giant, and looks around to the others inside there, and they talk among themselves, and they don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. But you do see a number of weapons and other items of artificery within. You know, arrowheads and a broken sword that's being repaired, and a new axe that's being forged, and some pieces of armor.
See, the problem here is that all the Goliaths are massive, and so anything that they make is going to be too big for me. Because remember that the longbows that they had were.
Why don't you
were
ask
huge.
for kids' toys?
Mm.
One of them reaches forward for your crossbow,
Give it to him.
looks at it and turns it over and passes it around to the others, and they kind of shrug. One of them tightens up some of this. I don't know. Does it have screws or something in it? Some aspect of it that they improve it very slightly. They just
Oh, well, that's good, but I don't have any ammo. Maybe I'll chuck it at them. Thanks.
One of them points to the arrows. There's a bunch of like longbow type arrows against the wall, but they're you know, Goliath-sized arrows. And they start to have a conversation now after a few minutes, trying to figure out what you'll want and what you need. And he takes an arrow and lays it down on the top of the crossbow, and it's like twice as long as the crossbow.
Smaller. Yeah, smaller. For me, puny.
He says something else to one of the others, and they head off. And he points to a comfortable looking log to sit on.
That looks like a mighty comfortable log. Shall I have a seat?
There's like a butt groove in it or something.
Yeah.
I have a seat, and
another one gives you a flagon of something to drink while you're sitting there.
well, these people are very kind. I don't know who I'm really talking to right now, but well, I guess things are coming up old Josiah, that's for true.
Make a persuasion check.
18.
+9, fucking.
How the hell do you get +9 on a persuasion check?
It's just a half-elf rogue swashbuckler, so it's all broken.
Wow, that is broken as hell.
Yeah.
Well, after a few minutes, Jera comes in, and she says, "You seek something among our armorers, but they are confused to your intentions."
Thank you for coming in, and thank you for helping field this. This is a crossbow. I'm not sure if you have the technology up here.
We have seen such things. Our ones we utilize for destroying ships.
Ah, I see. So I recently lost all my bolts in a nasty incident with a Remoraz. I'm looking to re-up on my supply. See, sometimes I don't like to get well into the fracas, as it is, into the skirmishes, and I like to keep my distance. Not as durable as a Goliath, you see. And I would like to be able to continue living as I fight.
To us, it is an honor to die.
Well, I honor
And
the
choosing
gods through life.
death gives us much sanctity.
Mm.
I can
Well-
have our people construct you such arrows for your puny crossbow.
That would be very nice. Do you think that they could possibly have it ready before we leave by first light?
I will ask them
A lot of overtime.
through the night.
Thank you very much. It would mean the world to me.
I imagine it will.
Mm.
Very well. And she speaks to them, and they seem a little bit, in fact, oddly enough, honored to be doing this task for Jera.
Oh.
And so they agree without any real argument or anything, or even discussion. And they begin to get on with it. One of them goes and fetches the wood, and they call forth a bowyer to actually make the hafts, whilst they cast the arrowheads, the bolt heads, and they measure up your crossbow pretty much by eye.
Mm.
And these bolts are not going to be uniform in size. However, what I'm going to say is they do +1 damage, but they're -1 to hit.
Okay, all right. Let me draft something up there then.
Cool.
And thus concludes Josiah's side quest.
And you can have, let's say 3d6 of them. Do you want to roll?
Okay. Boom. D6.
1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1.
3 arrows.
13.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, respectable. Well, that's respectable.
One for each tribe.
Okay, so plus 1
there you go.
damage, -1 to hit. Sweet.
Yep.
Let me draft that up.
Okay.
Sweet.
Right.
Oh, my camera's frozen.
Do you stay there while they do this? Because it's going to take all night.
I'll sit down with them. Can you still hear me?
Yep, I can still.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. It looks like I've frozen.
Yeah, your picture's
Yeah.
frozen.
Jara doesn't hang around there all night, does she? Because I need to talk to her.
You look pensive.
She doesn't.
Yeah.
You do look pensive.
Let me try this.
Yeah, just start and stop your camera. That usually works. Jara does not stay with them. She goes back to the Megaron for a while and speaks among the council members, and you can probably follow her there or find her there. After, like, if you're looking for her after about eight bells, at 8 o'clock, she won't be easily found.
Okay. Well, Hank, Tricky, are you guys busy?
No, I am eating cheese and boar's meat and drinking this delicious mead.
You can do that all in the hall. Come on. Come on. Where am
No,
I?
I'm in the bath. I'm still in the
go
bath.
Get out of the bath.
Why?
Fine, you stay in the bath. I'm going to go talk to Jara about the maps and see if we can see what we're doing.
I've already got a Hogsmoor scouting place out.
Yeah, that's
Chill
an
out.
owl.
Yeah, I was
I'm-
smarter than you, man.
Map. I'm going to go deal with maps. Hogsmoor might die tomorrow. You never know.
Actually, my owl's not very smart at all.
You just say that as you lean back in the bath. Actually,
yeah, I do that.
All right, so you are going to go and look for Jara.
Yep.
And Hank is not.
No, Hank's gonna enjoy himself in his bath
All right.
with his little rubber ducky, his little wooden ducky.
All right. So
Lovely.
you're playing with your wooden rubber ducky. I
Yeah.
imagine Ballaran would be proud of you. You may even have, actually, Hank, you might have some, I don't know, perhaps some fragrant petals and things that you've collected along the way that you could add to the bath.
I would say so. Yeah.
oh, you fucking stinge. Oh, now you put the fragrant petals in.
All right.
Yeah.
So when Hank gets out, he's going to smell like roses.
Yeah.
Or something. All right. So you're looking for Jara. This is
Yep. I just want to show her my maps and get more detail written down on what paths they usually take, what other paths are possible, what if there's a more dangerous way, things like that.
Fair enough. You can do that, and she will assist you with that. In fact, you will come back eventually with a hand-drawn map that's been copied from a copy from somewhere on a wall. That is written on the back of some like goat skin or something.
Very good, because then I'll want to like try to, because I'll mix mash it with all my other little notes and maps and bits and pieces.
Okay,
slowly.
so you're going to be doing that for the night.
Hmm.
Okay, Tricky Bob, what are you up to on this evening?
I wanted to have a look at some of the tapestries with the underground people.
Right. Okay.
Wait, hang on. Wait, as soon as Tricky says tapestries, Hank's like, oh, and he puts his robes. He gets out of the bath. And he's like, wait for me.
I'm like
And he's
standing
like-
outside the bathroom, thinking like, I will look for tapestries.
All right. So Tricky Bob and Hank eventually go looking for tapestries, and again, Jera's your main contact because she seems to be the well. To be fair, Tricky Bob, you speak giant, so you can talk to anyone. So where do you go looking?
Well, they mentioned the temple, I think, the first time.
Right.
So I was gonna go there.
All right. Well, the temple is built into the side of this cliff, and you realize that the cliff itself, whilst stone on the outside, it's all carved. All of that cliff face is carved in these big spiral carvings based around Astorian stuff. I can still hear you.
Cool.
I keep getting fed pizzas by my wonderful.
It's fantastic.
Nice.
I've been watching you munch pizzas all session.
Can't really turn that down. Yeah. Right. And the temple is there's a big wide opening that's about 60 feet wide at the top and about 100 feet tall. That goes back into the wall of the cliff, and the interior is all lit by torches, and you can see that there are a number of like cleric / shamanesque Goliath going about their duties in here. Many of them are sitting and just simply praying or meditating to in some way. It's relatively simplistic. They don't have fancy incenses or anything like that. And you see a couple of them performing some sort of blood rite where they're literally, in fact, they're getting tattoos carved into their skin over in an antechamber to the side. A couple of temple guards approach you with one of the clerics, and they stop in front of you, and speaking in giant, she says, "You cannot come here. This is our holy place."
I am a cleric myself. I'm familiar with holy places, and I'm just here to say my prayers.
You are sending prayers here. To
Yes.
what god do you pray, dwarf?
I'm a cleric of Moradin, but it's closely tied to the giant pantheon, so I'm sure it's similar to.
Persuasion check.
Oh no! I can't remember my persuasion is good or bad.
Better than mine.
Not as good as Josiah's.
Yeah, probably not.
I see the dice rolling.
7.
It cannot be allowed, I'm afraid.
Oh man, we don't get to see the tapestries.
You wish to see tapestries?
We wish to admire your brain translate what Hank said. Unless they understand common? Can I understand?
Yeah. You may see the tapestries. I can even show you about our outer court. However, I cannot take you into the inner sanctum of Annam. And you cannot make your prayers to Moradin here.
Oh well.
But I can introduce you to our gods of the ordering.
I'll take it.
All right. Well,
a little bit oppressive, but whatever.
You go and she takes you in and leads you around and shows you a whole bunch of stuff that, for the most part, you're somewhat aware of. I mean, it's giant pantheon business. However, you do learn a few things, and they teach you. You sort of. She explains how the pillars are set up, and they represent Mart and Morg on either side of the altar, and what have you. And Here is the world's serpent wrapped around this pillar, and here are the flames of Anim's soul burning at the base of the altar, and so on. And so, learning these details, you have a slightly better understanding of giant art, particularly. You know, their style of art, and how they don't do art for art's sake. All of their art is religious. Everything they do is connected to their religion. The way they build their houses, the shapes of things, that everything is related somehow to the pantheon and to their religion. And so I'll tell you what, specifically, if you have to make any checks about giant religion from here on, I'll give you advantage.
Yay. Cool. Do dwarves do any like sort of recreational art? Is it also all religious?
I think they have a very similar kind of tact as the giants and so forth, but I think they would do some decorative kind of art. But it's kind of seen as very frivolous, and only the sort of higher class dwarves of nobility are allowed that kind of frivolity. Everybody else kind of it's religious or not at all. And this is also what separates the dwarves from the Dwaegar. The Dwaegar don't do any religious art. They don't do any sort of ceremonial or other kind of decorative art. Everything the Dwaegar make is purely for function. It's very good quality at its function, but it's never amazing quality, and it's never beautiful.
I see.
Yeah.
So the giant culture is really like not shocking to me at all. It's kind of just pretty.
The giant culture is closer to the dwarf culture than the Dwaegar culture.
Right.
And of course, you see in the Goliath culture the roots of a lot of dwarven concepts and ideas that have come through to the modern Saman, the dwarven pantheon. So it's kind of it's a bit like an anthropology trip. You're learning about a tribe that predates your own people, or they descended from people that predated your people. More to the point, you descended in different directions, but from the same source.
Do I see anything about the underground? I guess will it be the Shadow Kai that's they're referencing?
That you don't think so.
Okay.
Really, the impression that you have is that they were simply more concerned about Dwaegar and dark elves and all of the usual Underdark types of entities. The Shadow Kai come from the Shadow Fell, so
Right.
they don't really feature here.
Okay. Do I see anything that kind of reminds me of the mining sites that I saw back in the I forgot what city I'm from.
Not sure that you would, but you do see references to what's his name, Memnor and Memnor's daughter, Unglamore.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yes,
All right.
indeed. You see a in fact, can you make an investigation check?
10.
You see a certain area where the carvings seem to be more recent, and in fact, as you go around, you realize that deep into the place is where the oldest carvings are, and as you get closer to the exit, they become newer. And she says to you, these are our words of the prophets.
What do they feature?
She says, the words of the prophets, if you cannot read them, then they are not for you.
Oh.
You can, I mean, you can read giant, so I suppose you'd have some idea.
She didn't need to make that catty remark.
Right. What do they say? They mention Unglamore in the prophecies, and they mention Skagen blood in the prophecies. And the
also, it's like super recent then, right?
Yeah, this is the most recent stuff, yeah. And there seems to be many more panels that are unwritten upon. including the actual pillars themselves, these massive pillars that go from floor to ceiling, holding up the vaulted roof. Even the roof has got carvings in it. Yeah.
Can I ask her how often do these get updated, or I guess added up on?
Every generation provides.
Interesting. Okay. How are the tapestries? Are they artistic?
Tapestries. Okay. She says these are among our most precious and valuable objects. And she opens up this box and pulls one out, which is interesting because you expect them to be on the wall, but they're not. They're kept in boxes. And several other clerics come along and they take the corners of the tapestry and they hold it above the ground. And they get down low so they can lean over and look at it. And everyone stops for a moment as they look at it. And there is a picture of your boat arriving.
Oh, you guys move really fast on these. Where was this made?
They look quite surprised at this, and they start talking amongst themselves. And of course, you speak giant, so you understand that they're discussing when this came from, and they talk about which dynasty it was from, and blah blah blah. And who was the prophet that foresaw this? And apparently, this was foreseen several hundred years ago.
Huh.
Oh wow.
Do
We
you
are
have
ordained.
like a following up one? What happens after that?
They have not yet been interpreted.
Oh.
I think this one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
At that point, they start kind of looking at you, and she says, "We must speak to Jara before we proceed with them."
All right. Well, that's kind of interesting. Can I do I notice anything else on that specific tapestry besides our boat?
Do you see us?
Do I see us?
You see,
Chubby dude, a dude that looks annoying.
Is that me?
So
or
that's
Gimbal?
Hank and
That's
Josiah.
there is an artistic rendering of 5 heroes upon the boat.
5 heroes.
5 heroes.
My.
5 of you, right? Oh, they're not on a 4.
What about Captain Slim?
The fifth
One of them
is
is Russell.
Unglamore in disguise.
Yeah, Unglamore is with us at all times.
Yeah. No. But there is like this eye in this triangle sitting up in the sky, looking down from the clouds above you.
The Freemasons.
Look at the Illuminati.
The Illuminati.
Or possibly the Eye of Horus, but
Eye of Horus.
which is also the sun god. So,
All right.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So it's just 4 people on the boat, and there's nothing else particularly notable.
except for the sails. The sails are almost identical to your boat, and the shape of the boat is different style to the Goliath boats.
Okay.
At least from here, it's an Ancorn style boat. So yeah.
Okay.
And I guess Jera comes in at that point with a soldier she's been summoned, and she approaches you all, the 2 of you. She says, "Come, the temple must be left. There are rites to perform."
Okay. Well, that's all right, I guess. Is this tapestry a bit odd to you? Are you
I
concerned about this at all?
Concerned?
Well, maybe not concerned, but are you what does that mean?
What do you think this means?
Can you interpret this for me?
My father, Karguna Raidan, he spoke of you, and he told you that he saw you coming.
Me specifically?
All of you.
Okay. What did he say?
You were there when he spoke these words in the Megaron.
We were tricky. That did happen.
Right. Well, who drew this?
She tells you the name. The prophet Manaz Eisen-Zoltan.
By any chance they're still around, or?
Long dead, long past.
Okay.
6 generations past.
Well, that's a while ago.
That is why we must maintain our tapestries and writings, for they often predict and pertain to future generations. We do not see ourselves so much as individuals like your peoples, but as a continuing lineage that must keep its memories as a race together.
That's very fair. Okay, well then, I guess we're probably gonna get escorted out of here and
Yeah, back
go
to
back.
Back to your quarters. And now it is bitingly cold, and the wind is sort of howling through the streets as you go through. Torches get blown out, and there's literally no one outside. Even the dogs have disappeared.
Ooh. How long were we in there for?
Yeah.
A little while. I mean, she took you around the whole temple and showed you lots of stuff, so...
That's very nice of them.
Maybe a few hours.
An hour or two, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Did you enjoy the tapestries, Hank?
Oh, I love the tapestries, especially the one with me in it.
How attractive were we on it?
Well, you know, have you seen...
Just stick figures.
If you've ever seen the Bayou tapestry,
Yeah, like that, like 2D faces, yeah, like in profile, but somehow you can see the whole face.
Yeah, right, in profile, but the eyes are on this side.
Oh, right. Doesn't look much like me, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, right, I recognize this, yeah.
Yeah, everyone, the famous battle.
Right, it's the Battle of...
Hastings or something.
Battle of Hastings, that's right. William the Conqueror.
Yeah.
And Alfred the Great. Yep. Anyway, so you go...
Is it really Hastings? Did I get that right? Shit.
Yeah, it is the Battle of Hastings.
Not bad, Phil. Not bad.
You know your tapestries.
I remember that. All right, so you go back to your rooms, to your abodes, and I assume at some point you go to sleep, or unless you want to talk more, or smoke some Skagen blood.
Oh yeah. Oh, Josiah has it.
And Josiah is currently asleep on a log in an armorer's.
Do we know this?
No,
But
I
he's
don't think we
slumped
know
over
where
on
he
a
is,
log.
actually.
Defenseless
We can ask
and-
him.
Is Josiah going to stay up all night at the location?
He was, he asked him to do this, so it's the least he can do. But then he's just kind of conked out. And I like to think that one of the big blacksmiths comes over and puts his blacksmith's apron over him, just drapes it.
Oh.
No, I think they just laugh at you.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Roll for blacksmith.
They probably did laugh at you.
Yeah.
Blacksmith compassion is a 9.
No.
They talk about covering you.
They go, I bet he's cold. Shivering in my sleep.
He looks cold.
Yeah.
Would they not? They could put him closer to one of the forges, the fire.
Yeah, they might do that. They might drag your log over nearer to the forge, but then you have a chance of falling asleep and leaning into the forge.
Which they would find very funny.
Do you want to make a dex save for when you fall asleep and accidentally lean on the forge?
Yeah, sure thing. That's a natural 1, but oh no, a 7. Sorry. Jeez.
Josiah dies.
That's a 13.
Incinerated.
A 13 thanks to my +6 dex.
All right. Well, you notice the heat get very intense as you start leaning towards the forge, and you open your eyes, and just before your arm kind of just plunges into the side of the forge, the steel of the side of it.
Oh, God, they're trying to murder me.
Heat blazing from within.
Dust myself off, and I'll be like, I'll see you gentlemen in the morning.
All right. So
I'll head back to
okay.
That way.
Josiah staggers in, freezing his ass off on one side and sweating on the other. Okay, and you guys go to sleep. Very well. In the morning, when you wake up, Hogsmoor is sitting perched up in the rafters of this hut above you, Hank. And she turns her head, the owl thing.
Yeah.
And opens one.
Yeah,
up.
like all the way around, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very peculiar.
Cool.
And she looks at you, and then she uploads her recent journey.
Yes.
And you make out this about 10, 12 miles to the north, off the road, looking down on the road, in fact, from a position of fairly good perspective. There's a strategically excellent location. They've got some boulders there that they've lined up to roll down on the road. And they have a small camp, what they would call basically it's a smokeless camp. They don't even have a fire going. They seem to be eating cold rations. These orcs have grey blue skin, so they're a little bit different to any orcs you've seen before. And they're armed with fairly decent looking weapons too. They look
like spears.
Spears, but also swords and things too. They have one or two of them have scale mail and such like. Yeah. Any particular questions? The camp itself is in a
Numbers.
Sort of horseshoe, but less than 10 and more than 5.
Okay. So it's not this is just a scout camp though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't have any pack animals with them.
Right.
They have carried all of their provisions and other things. 2 of them look like they're kind of rangery. The others look just more like standard warriors.
Is there any area around them where is there any sort of like a weakness area where we might be able to get close to the camp without being detected? Obviously not underneath where the boulders are, but
right. I mean, if you come from the road direction, the answer is a straight up no.
Yeah.
If you were to go around them, taking about another 2 miles worth of travel time, maybe even 3 miles. It's a bit of a march around the side of these basically big hills.
Right.
You could feasibly do that. There's a certain amount of forest terrain there, and certainly at night time it would be harder. Although you might be aware. Can you make a nature check?
Yeah, sure. Seven. Yeah. That's it.
Depending on the time of day and the light and things would affect it too.
Okay.
There is, on one side is the road. On the north side, there's a gorge that cuts across north to west.
Right.
On a sort of diagonal, if you like.
So we could kind of like skirt the edge of the gorge.
Skirt the edge of the gorge around the hills, and then wind your way up the hills through the forest and brush to the top.
Was there anyone like watching that area at the time that Hogsmoor was there?
I'll make a perception check for Hogsmoor. Hogsmoor didn't see anyone.
Okay. Cool. Well, I relay all that information to whoever's in the room. So, like, there's a scout camp along the road, and they've got a big old boulder trap waiting for anyone who's traveling along the road. Obviously, we won't be traveling along the road anyway, but it could be a good idea to
kill them.
Yeah, maybe launch some sort of a sneak attack on these dudes. Maybe try and take 1 or 2 of them alive.
Sneak attack, more sneak attackers.
Exactly.
All right, so we need to go all the way around. We should take the long way around then to come up behind them.
Right. Exactly.
And then cuts off their escape as well.
Then create like a surprise attack. That'd be pretty cool.
Keen.
Oh, also, we were looking at this cool tapestry last night with Tricky, and they seemed it seemed to suggest.
I just roll my eyes at Josiah tapestry talk.
It seemed to suggest that our arrival was predestined.
Yeah, it had us. But
What
the-
makes
No,
what
what,
makes
with the
you?
Skagen
Yeah, I
blood
mean,
or
what
what?
makes you think that?
Yeah, they're
well,
druggies. We know
first
that.
of all, they told us.
Yeah,
that it
but
was
that,
us.
yeah, but that was because I thought that was because he was on Skagen blood.
No,
He's
this
on
was
the
hundreds
blood.
of years ago. This was even
You
before the
saw-
Skagen blood was around.
So
So then why do they even need it?
yeah, I mean, what did this us look like?
Well, there was
Um,
me. I was a chubby dude. There was a dude with a really big mouth going like this. That was probably Gimbal.
Well, that makes sense.
There was a short thing on there with a little aura around her,
A half.
and then there was this sneaky looking guy.
Those could be any 4 people.
Exactly.
Well, it was our ship. Looked like our ship, and they seemed pretty convinced that it was us.
Mm,
Yeah.
Ask for an initiative roll now, just in case.
all right.
Was there a tapestry next to the tapestry? Can we tell the future using it?
I
No,
asked, but apparently not.
We asked.
11.
Oh, rubbish. 6.
And Hank,
I'm rolling.
you're rolling.
Oh,
Wow. Okay. Very good.
Well, I'm feeling my days feels like it's gonna be pretty lazy. 6. All right. Well, do we head out?
Yeah,
Is there anything
let's-
else we need to do?
yeah, man. Let's.
Oh,
Oh,
Josiah
one
needs to
last-
go get his thing.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go grab my my bespoke crossbow bolts.
and while we're over there, I'd like to go with Josiah because I would like to see if they have any wool handy.
Any wool?
Wool. Yeah, I want to buy some wool. I don't need much.
You can obtain some wool. Probably mammoth wool is the highest quality wool they have available.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Oh, can I get Hank to point out using Hogsmeade
Sorry,
on the
fleece. Fleece is what I mean.
Oh, fleece. Okay.
Fleece.
Goat's
Yeah.
fleece. They have
Fitting.
mountain goat's fleece.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm after. Yeah.
And they don't charge you for it either.
Ah,
How come
yes,
screw?
excellent.
good?
I pop that in my little backpack.
Okay.
Hank, can Hank point out on the map where the little ambush is?
Yeah. I'll point it out to you. I'll mark it on the map.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Cool. And finally, Jera shows up at your door with 2 other Goliath soldiers. She says, "Are you ready for our journey today?
We are indeed.
Then let us march." And she turns and heads for the gate.
All right.
Gimbal, are you bringing your new dog friend?
Does he want to come?
Oh, he's following you.
Nah, I'll give it some food and leave it.
Okay, so he stays back.
I'll end up killing it.
All right.
Oh.
Very well. So he stays back, and you guys head off into the wilderness beyond Raidan, and the gentle slopes of the plain of ice. First head down across the shelf, and then you get down to where there is a river, a frozen river between 2 ice shelves, and that deepens into a gorge. And you stay on the right-hand side of that gorge, and it begins to rise up into a more hilly area. And this is like the first 8 kilometers. Or 8 miles of your travel. And then these carved steps seem to have appeared amongst the ice there, and even though they're sort of covered in snow and what have you, the Goliath sort of wipe them off with their hand axes and so on as they move up them. And it's slippery and dodgy, and on the left-hand side it falls away to the ice river below, and at one point it's quite precarious, and I will get you to make athletics checks to get across this wee chasm. Does anyone have any clever plans about how to cross it that might give you any sort of advantages?
Well, we've got
Well, we have
the rope of
the
climbing.
chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything we can do with this? How long was the chasm?
20 feet.
Yeah, I mean, well, one of us could climb out with the rope of climbing attached to them, put some pins in, and then
Yeah.
and then what we can do afterwards is tell the rope once that person is across to loop around those, so there's like a thing for them to hold on to.
All right.
That's a great idea because it rolled
First-
horribly.
The first Goliath climbs over by hand just along the wall.
Oh, how many do we
Sure.
have?
2, 3, including Jara.
Sweet.
The second actually slips to their
What?
The second Goliath slips and falls to their death,
Oh shit.
Oh,
crying out as she falls, bouncing off the ice in shards on the way down.
Well, wait.
That's-
Doesn't Gimble's favored terrain give advantage to checks like this?
Nope.
Not for him.
Oh shit!
wow.
But no, not even for us.
Really?
We
what does it do?
difficult terrain doesn't slow us down.
Yeah.
We can't be, we because of all the maps and everything, we can't be lost unless by magical means.
Right.
Constantly alert of danger.
That's handy, though.
And I'm really good at tracking things right now.
All right. Well, you spy him perfectly as he falls.
And
to his
yeah,
death.
and foraging. So as I see him fall, I see some berries growing on the wall. Oh,
And you know exactly where he landed.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Gimble's just there munching on some berries, watching this fall to his doom.
Yep, and the other two Goliath, Princess Jera and the other soldier, step back, and they look a little bit shocked for a moment, but they quickly return to their visage of stone cold Goliath face.
Can we say a prayer?
And
Tricky?
they were about to do that, in fact.
Yeah, I'd join them, or
Yeah. Okay. So you each say your own prayers, perhaps. I'm not
Mhm.
sure how you want to do that, but the Goliaths they make their prayers to Annam.
yep.
The first one that made it across tosses a rope back across to you guys, and Princess Jera grabs it, and she says, "You have pitons." She sees you holding pitons, and she says, "Perhaps you can nail this rope here."
But yet I'll fire the pitons with my bow into the walls.
Really?
No, I don't think it. No.
I'm not sure your bow's up for that.
Hmm.
You could possibly use a crossbow, but
No, I'm pissed fucked about.
I saw a Shadiversity video. Do you know Shadiversity? Have you ever watched that? He's a YouTuber. He does like a lot of historical reenactment stuff, and he compares a lot of fantasy tropes, and he tries to actually do them.
Oh yeah.
So amongst the tropes that he's tried is like firing a bow with a rope tied to it, and what happens is it's ludicrous.
Thunk.
It doesn't go anywhere. I mean, he had limited success under certain circumstances with very light ropes. But anyway, and he's an Australian guy. Anyway, the rope comes across, and you can pit on it into the wall on your side of the chasm, which will give you advantage to climbing across.
Okay.
Do you take any other provision?
So, was it the rope of climbing that is attached, or
Not at this point.
can we additionally secure ourselves with that and
Don't
the
die.
party? Yeah, and then like each time a person goes across, we tie it to ourselves, and then the rest of the guys on each side hold it just in case we fall.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got an idea. Josiah. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna run and jump, do a long jump, right? And you use the staff of wind to push me forward as I jump.
That's not actually the worst idea.
Well,
Let's do
what's on
that.
the other side? Is it like
How far is the
Yeah.
chasm?
20 feet.
Oh, fuck, okay. Hang on. Let's look up jumping.
I think it's unnecessary, but I'm keen to watch it.
Jump. Hang on. Jumping.
This is nail biting.
Look here. Where are the rules for jumping? I know it's a thing.
Oh, I had it up just a second ago, actually. Fuck.
Lifting and carrying, no drift dragging, jumping. I give up. Let's not do that. I
Are you
can't
sure?
find it.
It's
Well, I
in
mean, I'd love to, but
it's under movement and position in D&D.
Okay, the longest distance you could jump in D&D 5e with a strength score of 15 would be 15 feet horizontally. So it's based on your strength score.
But you have to take a running jump. You have to run for 10 feet
start.
first.
Yep, which is defined as 10.
And the gust of wind can only push you an additional 15, and it's pushing as well. So it doesn't necessarily
15.
mean
Not-
you
might still be going down.
yeah.
Right.
What if you
let's go.
angle
Let's do
it?
this safely. Let's do this safely.
All
So
right, fine.
die.
Yes.
Oh man,
Let's not meet the same fate as poor
What was the
Humbert
name?
down
Guy.
there. Yeah.
Guy.
Engelbert.
Yeah.
Even
Oh,
less.
His name was Iwas.
Well,
Ingwas.
it's so much sadder when they have a name.
yeah. All right. I'm going to tie the rope of climbing around me, and I'm going to amble my way across, holding on to the rope that's been pinned in place.
All right.
Can I have both Tricky Bob and Hank holding on to the other end, please?
Sure.
Yep.
All right.
With my -1 to strength, absolutely.
Gimbal, can you make a perception check, please?
Sure. 7.
Okay. You notice the
All
wind
our checks have not been great.
very
Well, not all
cold
of them.
today. Very cold wind blowing indeed.
Where's my danger sense tingling?
No.
Okay.
Well, the fact that you're trying to jump over a 20-foot chasm, yes. So, there's that.
can
The
make it.
danger sense already tingling.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So who's going to make this check first?
Yeah, I'll-
Athletics?
Josiah.
Yeah.
Old Josiah. All right.
Yeah.
Josiah, let's see your check.
All right. So it's just athletics with advantage.
With advantage, I think.
Okay.
Helping.
Okay. Advantage and roll. Oh, not 20, thank God. 23.
All
All
right.
right.
Excellent. Okay. You leap across there and Jara applauds you.
You cartwheel across.
Okay,
You are stronger and more apt than I ever expected.
well, that's a little bit of a accomplice assault, but I'll accept it.
And has blessed you.
Thank you. Untie the rope, and I'll tell Hank and Tricky Bob to repeat the same.
I think Tricky should go last, to be honest.
Okay.
She's better anchor.
Yeah, true actually.
Yeah.
All right.
So Hank's gonna attempt to move across.
Jara's
He's
going
starting
to
to feel-
stay back with you too, by the way, Tricky Bob.
She's okay.
She's probably stronger than you, so she will be the final anchor.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So
Cool.
who's going next? Let's see a roll from
Oh, hankety spankety will go.
Spankety.
So it's with advantage, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it's 13.
13.
Yeah, to athletics.
You get to the other side and scramble up over the edge of the cliff onto the flat, onto the landing.
Yeah.
Without too much ado. It was a little bit terrifying for a moment.
I'm not particularly graceful about it, though.
Yeah, and I imagine the other Goliath on the other side gives you a hand up from the side.
Yeah, sweet.
Puts you back on your feet and helps dust you off. Says something to you in Giant.
All right.
Something
And I'm like,
my art. All
all
right.
right, cool. Yeah,
Who's
so
next?
it's good ascent.
Is Gimbal next, or is Gimbal done his check?
Oh wait.
No, I'm still hanging. I'm hanging back. You
Okay.
guys
Oh,
go.
okay,
I'll
well,
go
then
last. I'll go
Okay.
last today.
Athletics with
go last.
advantage.
All right, athletics with advantage.
Oh, what are you drinking, Kimball?
My
13.
bro just came over and, well, because I'm upstairs in my room, came and brought me a beer.
Nice.
Nice.
Tricky Bob,
Have you
same-
guys heard of Black Hop?
Fuck, if you're going to have a beer, I'm going to have a beer.
Yeah, I know.
You're
I had a
all-
lot. I had a lot I was going to do this afternoon, but well, we'll see how that goes now.
Oh,
I've been drinking Bundaberg root beer all morning. It's
Have
delicious.
you
but
heard of Black Hops?
No?
No.
Australian brewing company that they've started up and they just kept getting bigger and bigger. Fucking
Oh, yeah?
delicious.
Is it?
Hmm.
Yeah,
You should send me
look at
some.
stuff. Yeah, okay.
Sorry,
I do.
Russell.
No,
Sorry. Right, what are we doing?
Tricky Bob,
Um,
you jump across. Your 13 is successful in the
Oh.
same way as Hank's was, and you scramble over the side with the assistance of Hank and the Goliath on the other side, and Josiah. You're there, of course, as well.
Of course.
Neat.
Gimbal, you're up.
All right, long jump. No, I can't physically make it. What do I do about Momo?
Throw him
And
over.
I look down, I look down at him.
Turn him into a squid and put him on your shoulder.
I can only do that in the morning.
Can
I
you
wake
get him
up.
to can you tie him to you? Get him like cling onto your chest. How big is he?
He can cling to you.
He's
but
pretty big.
He's going to give you
But he's-
disadvantage.
Is he a badger?
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
No, he's still the wolf. Did I transform him
shit.
to back? No, let's say he's a badger. I wanted to put him back to a badger. He's
Why
a
the
badger.
flip did you make him a wolf?
No,
Yeah, I
fox.
got
Sorry,
him.
he was a fox. He was a-
Fox.
he was a
Fox.
That's true, yeah.
So yeah.
Yes,
All right. I say you go find another way around. I'm sure you can do it. Look at you. Oh no, he's got climbing. He
No,
can
he's
climb
got
way.
his climbing,
He can
yeah.
climb way better. Yeah. Okay. So he'll be fine. All right. I'll climb over. What am I doing?
So this is an athletics check with advantage.
Oh, 24.
24. No problem. Gimbal makes it look easy. All right. And then finally, Jera is up.
What about Tricky?
Already
You already
jumped.
are.
You
Yeah.
yeah,
Good on ya.
Same as you, Hank, on it with a 13.
All right.
Jera, her first roll is a 13. Her second roll is an 11, but 13 is, I'm going to give her +7 because she's a badass Goliath. So she gets a flaccid 20, and she gets across.
She like skips across, jumps across, and like
She runs up the wall and down the other side.
yeah.
All right, so you've made it across the chasm, and thusly you continue forward. Many hours pass as you trudge your way up these stairs through the snow and around into this small.
Is the stairs the sneaky way that we wanted, like the off-road kind of way that we wanted to
Yes,
go?
it is.
Okay, sweet.
The back way.
Cool.
And as you're coming up those stairs, you can all make perception checks, please.
Alrighty.
Ugh. 14.
Yeah.
15.
All right.
Hank.
What are we rolling for?
Perception.
Perception.
Yeah.
Perception.
19.
Oh wow.
Wow. Okay. Well, everyone except Tricky Bob, who's clearly distracted with what?
I got a 6.
Yeah. What are you distracted with?
Oh, probably still dry heaving from jumping over that chasm. honest.
Fair enough. This is a couple of hours after that.
Still dry heaving.
Still hideous experience.
Every now and then, walking along, you just hear back.
Life acquaintance as well. Let's face it. You know, one of them fell to their death in front of
Yeah.
them. That's
Very traumatic.
Pretty traumatic. Okay, so Tricky Bob's still thinking about that poor soul. But the rest of you notice this bird-like creature in the air. Who got the 19?
Ooh.
Was that Hank?
Yeah.
Hank did.
Can I shoot it? Can I shoot it? Can I shoot it? Can I shoot it?
Well, you can aim at it, but let me just give you some more information.
Does it look similar to the bird we saw on the plains, the Lord of the Skies?
Oh God, no.
Ooh.
No, it's not as
Okay.
big as that. However,
Right.
it is big. It is
Okay.
big. Let me see.
Well,
right,
first I
the
thought this
thing
was
about
a
it-
familiar, but now I'm a bit more worried.
At first, you think it is an eagle. It seems
Okay.
very eagle-like. However, everybody except Tricky Bob has noticed that much. Okay, but it is, however, fucking huge. Like, this thing looks big enough to eat a horse. And what is strange about it that only Hank has noticed is that its back legs and its back half don't have feathers. In fact, it has a strange tail with a tuft of fur on the end of it. And its front feet are like eagle claws with talons, but its back feet kind of tucked up and seem to be furry.
Are there trees we can hide under?
I never would have seen something like that before, I imagine.
You can make a history check. You can
History check
do it
seems
with
appropriate.
advantage, actually, Hank.
So I was like squinting, going, "That's the sickest eagle I've ever seen."
Yeah, it's huge. It's a big ass.
I'm still scarred from the last time we saw a bird. Are there trees around us, or are there like spaces we could hide from its view?
Overhanging cliffs and things.
Anything? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of an overhang that you could get under. You have to run about 100 feet to get to it.
Dashing.
Hank got an 18, by the way, on that history check.
Hank, you believe it to be a griffin. You've seen.
I know what a
Wow.
griffin is.
you've
Okay.
seen griffins painted in images,
Tapestries.
and oddly enough, Gimbal, for some reason, you
Too
just
scarred. Running away.
Was that
to see something flying, and he runs.
was that the thing that Gimbal was so interested about?
Yep.
Yeah,
just
right.
completely run away from it.
He's running straight to cover.
I might actually I'll run under there with him. I'll
That's
be like,
because
Griffin,
Gimbal knows that it's a griffin. Maybe.
maybe.
I
But
never
I'm still
read
gonna
the
say
book.
I'm gonna
I never read the book.
Never
I'm
read.
gonna
it.
yell out to him like, Gimbal, there's a griffin out there.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Didn't you want to read about griffins or something? Didn't you
I
make
did.
that book
Okay,
and
fair
I
back.
made it really expensive for you?
I never got it. Okay, shush. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna run out again. I'll run back out of cover
You run back out of
and
cover.
look up. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it's circles
Hmm.
overhead a couple of times, a few hundred feet in the air.
Do we have any meat?
Now I would know if I'd seen griffins and tapestries, I'd probably also know that one hasn't been seen in a very long time, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a rarity.
This is a very, very rarity. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Okay.
see which
Can
way
I-
it flies off into.
Can I trace, like, get some chalk and some paper out and just do a little tracing of it?
Yeah, you can try that. You can make
Yeah.
some sort of performance check. What do we roll for that?
Yeah. Let's do a performance check. You do performance if you want.
Be like you've got performance.
Or a sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand would work. Yeah.
Sleight of hand. All right,
Survival.
we'll do sleight of hand.
Yeah. In regards to
shit
where it's
roll.
going, you see it fly off in the direction that you just came from.
Oh, god damn it.
So I rolled a 15 for sleight of hand, so I'm gonna say it's not too bad.
Pretty good rendering of a griffin.
All right, cool.
Now, I'll tell you guys, how set are we on helping? Oh shit! I whisper, I'll lower my voice. Dara, can we just go back? Let's just go follow the griffin.
You wish to follow that bird?
Yes.
It's not a bird, it's a griffin.
Hmm.
Does she know what a griffin is? Do you know what a griffin is?
I'll find out. I don't think so.
A griffin is something that hasn't been seen in these lands for hundreds of years.
The noble, majestic beast.
Gimbal's ancestors used to ride on them, but I would know that they're half lion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're half eagle, half lion.
Improbable.
It's
Yeah.
true. You just haven't seen one in so long.
Half lion. That is.
They're a mythical beast.
You all keep going on ahead. I'm gonna go follow the griffin.
All right.
I'm going to come with you,
We need
actually.
to split the party.
Oh no.
Split the party. Well, the short story is that you do split the party. You head off south along the trail that you've come.
You'll die.
You're going to get a level of exhaustion by the time you're back. And you will see the griffin pick up the body of the Goliath, eat half of it, and then fly off with the other half.
Right.
And then they
Do
head
we know
off.
what direction?
They head off across the river, across the gorge, in the opposite direction to either where you're going or where you came from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can we take a mental note of what direction it's going?
Yep, to the west.
To the west. Okay.
All right.
It's to the west.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. Hank's pretty keen on that
Okay.
too.
Head back to the others then, I guess.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, we'll go there.
I need that book. We need.
I'd
that
like to
book.
keep an
We need
eye
to
out
get that
on
book.
any nice herbs or flowers and things that are in the area.
Yeah, sure. You probably pick up a few things along the way. Some Edelweiss.
Okay.
Other bits and pieces, other sprigs and things.
Well, luckily we have advantage.
Yes, you do.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So eventually you get to a rise, and you are now coming into familiar territory, Hank, because you've seen this through your owl download.
Yeah.
and you know that just a few 100 feet away is the Orc Scout encampment. Gimbal, your danger sense is tingling.
Oh, goody.
And you feel like you might be being watched.
So they've already seen us.
It's Mini Josiah.
Maybe.
Ah.
Mini James. Whenever Maria puts her head down,
Oh, right.
Mini James comes about. Yeah.
See.
Let's get a perception check.
All right.
Perception. Just Gimbal.
Everyone.
Okay.
Everyone. Okay.
Dirty 20.
Ooh, dirty 20.
15 from Hank.
From Hank.
That one.
That one.
Oof.
Slips over on her face.
11.
I'm still very
Heaving.
distracted.
Heaving.
Yeah.
All right, Josiah, that was an 11.
Yep.
Why are you rolling so badly?
I think that's a perfectly average roll. I'm just not noticing.
It's just not noticing. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You're away.
I'm not as good at this as Gimbal. You know, I'm a city boy.
Gimbal, you see a flash of movement among the fir bushes up on the hill, moving away from you.
Okay.
At that point, you can make a survival check.
Oh, shit. 23.
You can see tracks. You would say that it was one individual's tracks, just no more than one person running at speed, trying to be stealthy, but not doing a particularly great job because speed seems to be more important to them.
How far ahead are we talking here?
120 feet.
Oh, terrific. Okay.
100.
I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike,
Okay.
and that will I move like the wind for a minute.
Wow.
Means my walking speed increases by 30 feet.
So
So I'm going to dash as well. So I will be dashing
Gimbal, where are you going?
100 feet.
Okay. Gimbal just whips off like the wind up into the snow between the fir trees.
I'm going to send Hogsmoor after him.
Okay, Hogsmoor flies up after him. Gimbal, you see this figure dressed in grey furs, humanoid size, not a goliath, but bigger than your average human. Moving quite quickly, running through the trees, looked like a fairly competent sort of ranger scout, perhaps.
All right. So I've just dashed 100 feet. How far ahead of me now is he?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. So then I'd like to.
He has a heavy-looking longbow, a couple of javelins, a quiver of arrows, and some kind of sword strapped to his back.
Okay. Well, I'll shout a warning for him to stop.
All right. He turns and draws his bow and fires.
Good. I draw my bow.
All right. We've got initiative, so I guess we can begin this jazz.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, he fires. I'm just, yeah. What's your armor class, Gimbal?
Bows out 19.
19. His first arrow strikes your furs but does not penetrate. It's your turn.
All right, I will do the double shot with Snake's Bite. I'll spend 1 charge on my first shot.
Okay.
First shot is 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Yes. All right, so that's that plus 4. So 9 damage.
All right.
Then second shot.
Yep.
18 to hit.
Hits.
And another 9 damage.
You strike him through the back of the head, right through his side. He turns and falls in a bloody heap.
Good. Okay. Any other noises or anything else around? Any other tracks?
You see a couple of sets of tracks that look older, hours, if not days, probably a mixture of hours and days older, moving back and forth along this ridge, going down to an overlook. You think that must be looking out over the stairs, the path towards the back that you've been taking.
Okay.
As if they've been sending scouts periodically to go and just watch that spot. But you get the impression that they only ever have one scout there at a time. Like just basically a watchman.
Okay. Well, I'll walk over to him and start rifling through his, kick him over and have a look at the face and start rifling through his stuff.
Right. He's clearly an orc, but he is certainly a very specific subspecies of orc with this bluish skin.
Oh, this is the first one. Okay, the first frost orc.
Right. And he's not really carrying any money or anything like that. He's got a small bag of provisions, not enough provisions for long distance travel, just enough provisions for a few hours, you suspect. He's traveling very lightly indeed.
Okay. What kind of, like, I'll take his provisions, just because then at least we have like one set of like orc provisions in case we want to like poison him or something or do something weird.
Right, fair enough. Yep. You can make another perception check. Hogsmoor, are you presently in Hogsmoor's mind, or are you just sent her?
No. I just sent her to go to Gimbal, in case Gimbal wanted to use her somehow.
Okay, so
14
comes down and lands on your shoulder, and as she does so, you see this white furry animal up in the trees.
White furry animal.
Yeah, large furry animal, kind of about the size of a bear.
Hogsmoor, what's that?
Hogsmoor.
Go look at it.
Right.
One moment, please.
Hogsmoor's going to do whatever he says. Actually, I'm probably still within range to enter Hogsmoor, right? Like they're only 100 feet away, right?
Yeah.
Decide, damn it.
You can do that.
Maria laughed first.
Maria, damn it.
bit of terms you could
Yeah.
use for it. Maybe like
It's not what comes to mind
Take
first.
control.
I don't want to have to
yeah,
think
control.
of
Just
that. It's not something I think about.
Just
I
get
entered
in
Hogsmoor with
her,
almost no
do your thing.
resistance.
I'm not going to change it.
Gimbal, let's just get another round of initiative from everybody, please.
Okay.
All right.
Because so,
Oh,
if it's some kind of hungry thing, my plan would be just to back away and let it eat the orc.
It starts bounding down out
10.
of the trees, and you notice it is a very strange creature indeed. It has a beak and strange-looking fur.
no.
Its
Polar owlbear.
fur is kind of like feathery, and indeed it is in fact an owlbear, but you might not know that.
I don't know if Gimbal would not. Yeah, it does. I don't know. I mean,
Gimbal, you can make a nature check to see if you recognize it.
Gimbal will probably know more than anyone, really.
18.
Yeah,
Okay.
you recognize it for what it is. Although it is it's another subspecies that is clearly adapted to this climate.
All right, well, I want to. Has a minute passed yet?
No.
Okay, cool. So what I'll do is, if it's bounding towards me and the body, I'll like roll over the body on the other side and then piss bolt away from it.
Okay, so you're moving away from it as
Oh,
it.
yeah, from the owlbear and the corpse.
Right, you're far faster than it. So it moves at like 40 feet. So it's pretty damn fast, but given that you're doing what, 60 feet per turn at the moment?
100.
100. Wow.
Right. Woof. Okay, so where do you go? Do you go back to the group, or are you splitting
Yeah,
up?
no, I'll head back to the group.
Okay. Well, it tries to follow you. I'm going to make a check to see how well. Yeah, it tracks you easily, no problem. And it's got keen sight and smell. Yeah. Okay. So it easily tracks you back. And so you guys, do you say anything when you get back?
Yeah, as soon as I get back to the others, I'll say owlbear, monster. All right, get ready.
Maria.
And I'll turn back and draw my bow.
Just getting back online now.
Okay. All right.
Because if it's come charging after us and not gone for the body, then I will now kill it.
Right. Okay. Well, as you are doing that, Josiah, you're at the top of the initiative chain as the owlbear comes charging down the hill through the snow.
All right. I tried to make my custom item, but I just remade a hand crossbow, so I'll just do the math myself.
Trouble.
So I'll pull one of my new bolts from a bandolier, because I imagine they're slightly bigger than all the other ones.
Yep.
So I've got a
Special.
yeah, and I'll it's within how far away is it?
At this point, well, it's any distance you want, really. How long do you wait before you fire?
I'll say when it's around 60 feet.
All right.
All right. Okay, so I'll take a. That's a.
That one.
That was,
Yeah.
yeah. Isn't that one?
Woof.
The crossbow doesn't fit the weird bolts and it shatters because you never tested it when the Goliath gave you the bolts.
Okay, it doesn't break the crossbow, but the bolt.
Damn it!
The bolt itself slides out and didn't knock properly, and it lands on the turf next to you in the snow.
Damn,
it goes,
bespoke crossbow
Yeah.
bolts.
Gimbal, it's your turn.
Sorry, I lagged out. Then that was weird. Everything went slow motion. It was funny. All right, cool. Taking shots.
All right, longbow, is it?
Longbow. I will. No, I'll just shoot. Cool.
All right,
Dirty 20 to hit.
that hits.
It'll be 11 damage.
All right.
Has Momo showed up yet?
Momo, where's Momo?
Oh, nat one.
Jesus.
So you got it. Was it a second attack? Was it?
Yeah, that's my multi attack. So it's the second shot.
Okay.
Was a one.
Similarly, your ice cold fingers being numb fail to knock the second arrow correctly, and you drop your arrow too.
God damn it! All right.
The snow. I've come up with some ideas about, like, if you roll a one, if I roll a d20 when you roll a crit, and if I roll a 1 to 5, you will break your weapon. If I roll a 6 to 10, you will break the arrow. If it's the next step up, it gets less severe.
Okay.
I would have all right. So if you I picture like a little crossbow, right? If you loaded it badly and it didn't go into the slot properly and it goes off, I could picture the bolt flinging backwards and hitting you or something like that too.
And flicking in your
and a shard flies at you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely. You could also shoot your friends and things.
Yeah.
Slip. I should make a table. There are tables out there I could use. Anyway, okay, so that's Gimbal's turnover, yeah?
What happened? So no sign of Momo.
Momo's still in the snow somewhere. You don't know where.
Okay. All right, cool. All good.
The owlbear makes a multi-attack against whoever's in the front line. Who's that going to be?
Me, I guess.
Because you just came from that direction.
Yeah. I would have turned around and told everyone and then pulled out my bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, first of all, it tries to bite you with its beak. It rolls 23 to hit.
Ow.
Oh my god, I rolled a 15 damage. That's the max damage it can do.
Bring it.
Okay, so you take 15 points of piercing damage, and then it hits you with its claws. 19?
Yeah, oh, yeah, just.
Oh.
Hits. It does a further 11 points of damage. So, you've taken 26.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Yep, 26.
All right, what's your hit points now?
26.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Damn. Okay, Hank, it's your turn.
All right. So it's already on us, eh?
Yep.
Damn. Okay, so Hank is then going to all of this is quite surprising. So he didn't really think about what sort of spells to use. So he is going to just draw his bow.
All right.
And actually, no, he'd be within within 20 feet of me then, eh?
Yeah, but don't forget you've got 30 feet movement. You can move away from it.
Yeah, could do
some advantage, or not advantage, but
some distance. Yeah.
In
I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to engage it with a letter bar.
Okay. So you draw your weapon as a free action and take a swipe.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I'm going to do.
Very good.
All right, so roll a hit.
Yep.
Boop. That is 21 to hit.
21 to hit.
Yep.
All right, that hits.
1d8.
Damaji.
Oh, actually, and also because he's already engaged Gimbal, do you reckon I get sneak attack on it?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm screaming.
This is a perfect opportunity to strike.
It's hit Gimbal and then it's kind of woven around him.
Yeah.
from one direction. It's moved around him and trying to put itself in a situation where it can get 2 of you at a time. So what did you get for your attack roll?
So, well, the attack roll was 21, but the damage is. Oh, sorry, I'm going to re-roll that one because I hit it before. Okay. So what's that? 6 plus 5 is 11 plus. So 15 damage.
Okay, 15 damage.
Yeah.
Very good. Tricky Bob. Unless, Hank, do you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, dialogue?
No.
Sorry.
No.
Very good.
I will cast Toll the Dead on the Griffin thing.
Owlbear.
Owlbear, sorry.
Toll the Dead. Okay, so
Yes.
it makes a dex or a wisdom save?
Wisdom.
What a difference it makes between being a bear bird and a lion bird.
Right. So it makes an 18 on its wisdom save.
Ooh.
So I take it that's a
So
total.
wise ass bear.
Yeah.
Maria?
So is that your any other actions, bonus actions?
Oh, did it take damage?
Nope.
No? It saved. Okay.
It's saved.
I will cast bonus action Healing Word on Gimbal. I'll actually give him a reaction as well.
And that gives you a reaction. Okay, Gimbal, what's
And
your
3
reaction?
HP.
I'll take a disadvantaged shot at him.
With your bow. Okay. Roll to hit. You mean theoretically you could drop your bow and draw a sword as a free action?
I could, but I was planning to run away.
Okay.
Yeah, right. No, I'll drop the bow, draw my sword, and take a swing.
Okay, roll to hit.
11.
Does not hit. It glances off its claws. He pushes your hand out of the way as you swing at him.
Oh, but also shield. Shield's out now too.
Your shield is out now too. Okay, so that's too many free actions.
Sword or shield?
Fine. I will pull my shield out next. Oh, all right. On my turn.
Next turn.
I mean, don't forget you can use the dodge action. There are other actions that you can take during your turn.
As a reaction. Yeah, okay. But like if I took the dodge action as a bonus action, then the dodge would then expire on my turn.
Bonus action. Dodge is
as a free action. Well, an action.
It's an action. Yeah.
A reaction.
So can you dodge as a reaction?
But if I dodged no, you can't. No, I don't know. Anyway.
If you choose to take the dodge action on your turn, any attack against you has disadvantage.
Yeah.
For the rest of the turn.
Yeah, but that's your action, right?
But that's the action.
Yeah. Still have a bonus action and a reaction.
Yeah. Cool.
So
No, we're good. We're good. All right. I've got my sword out and I took a swing.
All right. Very good. And
3
Tricky Bob,
HP.
so you get
3 HP.
back.
Yeah.
Sick. Thank you.
We're back to Josiah.
All right. So the owlbear is like hunched over and mauling Gimbal right now.
Yeah.
All right. I want to. How big is an owlbear?
It is
Like a bear, like a grizzly bear.
It is a large monstrosity. If you want to know what an owlbear looks like, you should.
I've seen one before. I just want to know what kind of size we're looking at here.
You've seen the trailer for the new D&D?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I want to pick up my discarded crossbow bolt off the ground, and I want to launch myself at the back of the bear. And try and plunge the crossbow bolt into the base of its spine.
Okay, so it's going to work like a dagger.
Yep.
Improvised weapon.
I'll just call it a dagger for now.
Yep.
All right. Roll
So tell me what I need to roll.
Yeah, you need to roll to hit.
Just a hit?
Just a 1d20, yeah. And then
Have you got a dagger on your character sheet?
Oh, way back when. I've got improvised weapons as well, technically. Which is
surely you'll be able to add your proficiency bonus.
Tavern Brawler Strike, which is +3. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yep.
Right. Do it.
That's a 14.
14 does not hit.
Rats.
Oh.
All right. Then I will put a little distance between it and myself.
All right.
No, actually, no, I won't, because I did not successfully attack it. I remain where I am.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Gimbal, it's your
You would
turn.
have had to have disengaged.
Oh,
right?
where? Hang on, sorry. Dharma. Where's Dharma?
Rama.
Jama?
Jara.
Jara.
Great question. I don't have her on the initiative order, actually.
Oh,
He needs to get in there. Lazy.
Yeah.
I don't care so much about the other one. The other one can just be crying for
Right,
his friend.
She hifts a javelin, and we'll put her in the initiative order, basically right after Tricky Bob from now on, okay?
Yeah.
But she rolled a 4 to hit, so she tosses a javelin and it misses wildly. So yeah, Gimbal, your turn. What are you doing?
All right. Screaming, Mamo! Sick! and I'll attack with my... Well, if I can, as a free action, I'd like to pull my shield out.
You can hear Momo coming down the hill. He'll get an attack on the next turn.
Cool. Okay, good. And then I'll take 2 swings with my short sword.
All right, roll a hit.
21 to hit
Hits.
for 5 damage. And this one, this next attack, I'll use the primary thing of Zephyr Strike, which means I get advantage on the attack, and it does 1d8 force damage extra.
Wow. Okay.
1d8. Shit, man.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good, isn't it?
Aha! 23 to hit.
3 hits.
All right, so there's that plus that. So 11 damage. And I will... If it's not grappling me, is it?
No.
Okay, so while this thing is still going, so it lasts a minute.
But what a great idea.
Although I am concentrated. Well, yeah, because I got attacked. Do I roll to see if I still have concentration on this
You
thing?
need to make a Constitution saving throw, yeah, from
Right.
any damage that you take.
Okay, hang on. 20. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I want to. My movement does not provoke opportunity. Oh no, I'll just get up. I don't want to move away anyway.
All right.
Oh, good. That's me.
I mean, you could theoretically move to flank it.
I think the other two are doing that. Oh yeah,
Just Iron Hank there.
I'm good. I'm still good. I'm still good to take the brunt of it. So I'm
Very
good. I'll stay where I am.
All right. Beak attack comes in at your face.
Oof.
12 to hit. No.
Will not hit.
Will not hit. Claws. 12 to hit. Will not hit.
Nah.
Very
Yeah.
good. Hank, it's your turn.
All right. So, buoyed by the success of his peers, and the fact that he just saw this owlbear strike and miss, he's pretty happy about that. So I'm just gonna dive in with Ledivar again.
All right.
So I roll a 2 hit. Oh, do I get advantage because he's flanked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why did you roll a 1?
No, I rolled a 10, which was not 1. It was like 2. Oh, natural 20. Hey!
Let's get
I rolled a 2 and then a 20.
All right, double your dice, add your mods.
All right, shit. Okay, cool. 1d6, and 1d8.
And you're doubling your sneak attack dice too, just so you know.
Yep. I got that. So those were pretty good rolls too, actually. So what's that? 9, 13, 26 plus. So it's 31 damage.
How do you kill it?
Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
All right. So I'm guessing like I'm kind of on its side. I don't want to do anything like I don't feel vindictive against this at all because it kind of reminds me of my Hogsmoor.
Right.
You know, I have an affinity with owls. I quite like them.
Yeah.
So I just sort of like I try and I get it in a way that's going to cause it as least pain as possible. Just like I don't know, slash through the throat or something. You know, like or in the heart underneath its
choked
wing
on
or
its own
something.
blood.
You're from behind, basically. You're coming at it from the back, maybe the back of its head or the back of its neck.
Yeah, maybe the back of its head. Then yeah.
Does the full
Yeah.
head turn and stares
like,
at you
Yeah,
in the
that's
face?
you.
What he said.
Yeah.
What he said. I love
Yeah,
it.
maybe it hears me like creeping up on it to do it, and at the last minute turns its head and I stab it through its mouth or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Very good.
Cool.
You kill the owlbear, however, everyone.
Why?
Hey, Russ, you there? Russ?
Hey.
Oh, you are there.
Yep. Perception checks.
Oh, perception checks. Sorry.
Perception.
I didn't know that.
13.
13. All right.
Unnatural 20 from Hank.
12.
12. So Josiah was an 8, Gimble's a 13, Tricky Bob's a 12, and
Hank is in flaccid 20.
Flaccid 20. Hank, the noise seems to have drawn the attention of a number of ice frostbite orcs who are now coming over the bank, charging down the hill, throwing javelins in your direction.
Nuts.
First javelin comes flying and misses anybody. 1 second. Second javelin.
Good. You can basically just roll a d4 to tell who it hit, who it attacks.
That's true.
Yeah.
So does let's see.
D6 with the Goliaths.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess. I don't want more of them to die. We've only got 2.
Tricky Bob, what's your armor class?
You.
Me. 22.
Does one of you guys want to run a Goliath warrior as a spare character, and we'll just put them on your Jarrah can be on your initiative list?
I've run too many. I give it to
Yeah, but that's
somebody
why you're so good at it.
No.
Yeah.
But hang on, Gimble and I already have our own to run.
We have, I have to deal with
True.
Momo.
I can take it.
All right.
All right. If you can do that, that would make my life slightly easier.
What's the
It's that-
Goliath warrior, was it?
Yeah, I think it's a Goliath warrior. Yeah. Let me just double check that actually. Yeah, challenge rating 3. Yeah, it's like a javelin +6 to hit, great axe +6 to hit type deal. Yeah, and they have stone endurance, which you can use at your leisure. Okay, very good. So the second javelin comes in at Tricky Bob, 15 to hit. Does that hit anything? I don't think so, Tricky.
Nope.
You're pretty heavily armored. All right. The next one is aiming at Hank, and their javelin. Oh, natural 20. Okay, Hank, you're taking a critical hit. I'm going to roll it.
Hang on a second. On that, just before that happens,
I roll.
I have. Not only do I still, for some reason, I still have some 5 temp HP from ages ago. When I'm wondering if those are gone now.
It would have subsided now. You've had a number of rests.
All right. Well, I better just take those away first. But also, I have a reactionary spell.
Okay.
Called Shield.
Huh?
Yeah. And it gives me a +5 to my armor class.
All right.
Oh wait, you got a.
I got a natural 20 and
Yeah, so
with a +5, so I rolled 25 to hit.
Yeah, no, that's not going to make any difference anyway.
All right,
Okay, never mind.
Here we go, sucking it up. 11 points of damage from a
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, to be honest.
All right.
Okay.
Next frostbite orc also throws the javelin at you, Hank.
Oh, stop it.
With
You're
a
the largest target.
14 to hit, Hank.
No, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
Phew. Yeah. Hey,
right.
man.
And now, final orc fires at Hank as well.
Oh, shit bricks.
You're the biggest target.
I guess so. Maybe they saw me kill the owlbear and they were like, oh, fuck, better bring him down quick.
Right.
Yeah.
11 to hit fails.
It was,
Yeah,
it was their owlbear.
I'm suspecting these javelins are just sticking into the owlbear, actually. That's
Yeah.
using the owlbear as cover.
Thanks. Yeah, maybe. Oh, can I do that? Is it a large creature?
Yeah, you can use it as half cover.
Okay. On my next turn, I'll move to make that possible.
All right.
But anyway.
Your, armor class will go up by 2, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Hank, it's actually your turn now. You're at top of initiative this round.
Okay, brilliant. So I am going to move so that I am undercover from the owlbear.
Yep.
And how far away are these orcs at the moment?
They're rapidly closing from 60 to 30 feet.
Okay. What I'd like to do then is remain in cover, but I'd also like to the terrain around us, right?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like
It's a slope.
Yeah.
Heading up, and they're coming down the hill towards you. There's trees behind them and sort of intermittently between them and you.
Okay.
Behind you is an ice shelf which drops down to where your steps were, and then behind that is the chasm. So you've got your
Right,
backs to a
okay.
chasm, basically.
Okay, back to a chasm, and left and right of us is
Okay, so
like
left rises up to a hill. You don't really know what's beyond that hill, but it's just a snowy bank with some trees on it. The right
Right.
side is similar but steeper.
okay.
That breaks up into shelves as well.
So there's kind of a natural path coming towards us that they're running down.
Yeah, but they're spread out about 10 feet apart from one another at this point.
And is it snow or is it like earth?
It's snow.
Snow. Okay. In that case, I am going to.
Broken rocks sticking up through the snow in places.
Okay. All right. Cool. In that case, I'm going to. That takes an entire minute, so I'm not going to do that. I'll send an ice knife towards them.
Okay, well, as I say, they are spread out 10 feet apart.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Well, that was clever of them, wasn't it?
There's 6 of them.
6 of them. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to send an ice knife if they're 10 feet apart. That's silly. Instead, I will draw my bow.
All right.
And I will take a short bow shot at the closest one.
Moving left to right or right to left? Like shooting there or shooting there?
Let's go left.
Okay, starting on the left. Okay, so I'll call that
starting
Orc
on the left.
C.
Orc C. Okay.
All right, you're attacking Orc C, and you can roll to hit, please.
All right. That was 12.
12 does not hit.
Rats.
Any other
Okay.
actions, bonus actions, movement?
I'll attempt to hide where I am behind the owlbear.
Okay, you can make a stealth check.
All right. Oh, that's probably pretty good. Yep, that is 26.
All right, very good. Nice. You've effectively disappeared.
All right.
Okay, Orc C is charging in now at... he tosses another javelin. At this point, what did I roll there? 21 against Josiah.
Hello.
Josiah.
21.
Yeah. 21.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits you. Okay, you are going to take... Oops, that's the wrong amount of damage because that was the wrong weapon. You take 8 points of piercing damage from a javelin.
Okay.
All right. Orc F is going to attack. Who's that? Who's that? Oh, that's Gimbal.
Yeah.
Gimbal, a javelin to you. 14 to hit. That's not going to hit you, is it?
Nah.
Okay. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
How far away are they?
They're approaching 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Well, Hank took quite a bit of damage, didn't he?
Yeah, fair amount. Yep, 11 hit points.
What are you on right now?
So I'm on 26 at the moment. I'm okay.
Okay, it's not too bad. Everyone
Gimbal's
else...
probably still.
I think Gimbal's 29.
I'm 29. Yeah. Oh, nice.
So everyone's okay. In that case, I'm just gonna try tolling the dead them.
Tolling the dead. Okay, which one are you going for?
None of
There's
them
only
took
one.
damage yet?
No, one of them took Hank's damage, didn't he? Or
No.
did Hank miss?
How many
I
are
missed.
there?
Ah.
4.
There are 6.
6.
6. Okay.
6 and none of them took damage yet?
No, we've only
Yeah.
done one round. We've only
Early
done one-
days.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's all dead whoever the closest.
Okay, so the closest one is to you. We'll just stick with Orc C.
Okay.
Just to make sense. Okay, roll to hit. Oh, no, it's Toll the Dead.
Wisdom.
I'm making a wisdom save.
Mhm.
All right, wisdom save is a 14.
Ah, saves.
Pooh. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Josiah.
Okay, I want to put away my crossbow and pull out my sword and shield.
All right.
And so if they're all spread out and rushing towards us,
Yeah.
I want to meet one of the farmost ones. So which one? There was so that'll be what?
You can go for Orc B on the far end if you like.
Yeah, I'll go for Orc B.
All right.
And I would like to. What weapon does he have?
He has a great axe.
A great axe. Well, I want to do a disarming strike and
Ah,
remove that great axe.
Is
okay.
he like on the right? Orkby.
Yeah, on the opposite direction from where you were firing. Just to be clear, in fact, let's just go through this. Orc C is on the far left. Orc, then it's F, and then A, and then D, and then B. I know
Okay.
that's confusing, but it's based on the initiative order and not their original names.
That's only 5.
It's only 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to know where the sixth one
CFADMB.
is.
Oh, that's because we've already killed Orc E.
Ah, okay, right.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, he was the first guy that Gimbal got.
Ah,
So that's
yes.
5, not 6. My
Okay, so what I got to do here is I do a normal weapon attack. If it hits, I can add my superiority die to it, and then then you got to make a DC 14 saving throw to keep your weapon.
What type? Was it Dex or Strength?
Don't worry, because it didn't hit.
All right, so you didn't hit. Never mind.
But then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to expend my my extra action,
Yep.
and I'm gonna try that attack again
All right, go for your life.
because I'm tenacious, if nothing else. 21.
Right, so now I'm making a what?
So let me just do my damage. Oh, so you are making a DC 14 strength saving throw.
DC 14 strength saving throw. Well, he looks pretty strong.
Mhm.
Yeah, he rolls 22.
Okay, well, I get to add my superiority dice to that. So 14 plus another 8, which is 17 damage for that one.
17 damage, right.
Yep.
How do you kill him?
So instead of, I guess, disarming him, I disarm him.
Okay. Right. Well, technically, you chop off his arm, he's going to take a little while to actually die, but right now he's in shock and trauma.
Yeah.
And is of no consequence.
Yeah.
Let's heal him and use him for information.
But I'm just really bummed that his hand is still gripping the great axe really tightly in it.
Right.
Not what I meant to do, but whatever.
At the end of your turn.
Yep, that's the end of my turn.
All right. Orc A.
One of those, and
Orc A now takes a great axe strike at. Orc A is engaging with Hank. Okay, Hank.
I'm hiding.
Oh, you are hiding. That is true.
Yeah, Josiah's run forward.
Okay, he's engaging with Josiah.
okay.
I can note that Orc A is now engaging you. And he rolls a 10 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right, very good. Orc D is engaging Gimbal.
Yo.
Great axe strike to Gimbal. I rolled a 24 to hit.
Yeah, damn it.
Okay, Gimbal, you are taking, luckily not that much damage. 6 points of slashing.
Got to figure out how to get my AC to 25.
Hmm.
All right, done. 6 damage taken.
Okay, done that. Okay, Gimbal, it is your turn.
Hooray! Momo!
Momo comes charging in.
Good. I'll have Momo do a charge attack against, I don't know, which side's it coming in on?
He's coming in from the far right.
Okay. Well, I've got to deal. All right. So hit which orc is closest to Momo then? From the far right.
Orc B.
All right. So he'll attack Orc B.
Yep.
That'll be 1d10 plus.
That's the one that's Josiah, by the way. Gimbal.
That one.
Rolls a 1.
Oh, B should be dead, so it was the other one that engaged me.
That one. Momo attacks the dead one.
B is dead. B is dead. That is true. I didn't delete his hit points. Whoops. Okay, so he comes charging in at Orc D then.
He rolled a 1.
And he rolls a natural 1, and he goes sliding between his feet and keeps skidding and slips down one of the steps. And he can make a dexterity saving throw not to fall off the cliff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. 11 plus 13.
All right, he manages to scramble back, but it's going to be his action, basically.
Yeah, he's done.
Okay.
All right. I'll swing away at who's in front of me, A or C or
D is the nearest to you.
D. Oh yeah, he's swinging at me. All right, I'll fight D.
Yep.
It's a miss. And
miss. Another attack or no?
Yeah, second attack 14.
14 hits.
Hey. 7 damage.
7 damage.
And that is me. Yep.
All right. Well, Orc B is dead, so we go back to Hank. Hank, I see you're stealthed right now.
Orc B is dead.
Yep, Orc B is dead.
We're Orc C, F, and D. C, and F.
C is far left now. F is
Okay.
next. Then A, then D. And there's 4 left.
Now A is engaging. Josiah, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Cool. So Hank is going to Hank is going to throw up an illusory image of himself over the body of Orc E using his spell Silent Image.
Okay. Can you?
So it's going to look like Hank, and it's going to look like he's drawing a bow, and it's just going to pop up over the body of Orc E.
Frozen image, though, isn't it? It doesn't move. It's not animated.
I can move it.
Can you?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Says you create an image of an object, creature, blah, 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 no larger than a 15-foot cube. Image appears at a spot within range and lasts for duration. The image is purely visual, however. You can use your action to cause the image to move to any spot within range.
That's just moving the image, not...
Yeah, just moving the image, yeah.
But the image doesn't move.
However, you can alter its appearance so that its movements appear natural for the image.
Oh.
Okay.
For example, if you create an image of a creature and move it, you can alter the image so that it appears to be walking.
But that's an action.
That's an action.
Like 2 frames.
Yeah.
Keyframes.
However, physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can't pass through it, obviously. So yeah.
Okay,
so basically, I'm just gonna use my action to cast the spell and make it look like he's drawing a bow.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Cool bananas, and that's the end of your turn.
I'd like to hide as well.
You're already hiding.
Okay, I'm still doing that. All right, cool.
Okay, so Orc C is not going to attack you. Orc C is going to go attack possibly your image. We'll see. No, it's attacking Gimbal.
Poor Gimbal.
I'm good.
Gimbal, Great Axe attack against you. Rolled a 17 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, Orc F is attacking Gimbal.
Come on. Bring it.
Oh, that's a miss. 9. Okay.
You seeing this, Jara?
Right, and so Tricky Bob, you're running Jara, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it's your turn.
Jara will. What attacks does she have? She will throw her javelin. Actually, how close are they to Jara? Where is she?
She's with you guys. She's like she's just on the flank next to you.
Flank. I'll move her to the front. She'll come up to the front, and can she get within hitting range of any of the? Is there a map?
No, there's no map right now. Okay. I haven't made a map for this.
How far is the closest one? Are they all like
next to
together?
me? She can help me. There's 2 swinging away at me.
Okay, she comes to Gimbal.
Yeah.
All right. She can even flank them if you like, to give herself and Gimbal advantage on the attack.
Sure. And she will use her battle axe to hit C, whichever one is swinging at Gimbal.
Yep, that's fine.
So what is it? +5 to hit. So she rolls a 23.
Yep, she hits.
And it's a 1d8 plus 1d10 plus 3. Oh no. Does she have 2-handed weapon?
It's a great axe, right?
It's 2-handed or
Okay, so
one-handed,
1d10.
depending on what she wants to do.
Okay, well, she'll
be using it 2-handed.
Yeah, she'll do 1d10, and she will hit for 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay, so she heavily wounds Orc C. All right, now Tricky Bob, what do you do?
I will cast Toll the Dead on Orc C.
Toll the Dead on Orc C. Very good. So he makes a Wisdom save.
Yep.
And he rolls a 7.
Yay. And he already got damage, so I get 2d12.
Toll the Dead is great.
I know, and 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. you shatter his skull and his body apart.
Nice.
And he falls to the ground, flaking into frozen shards and freezing. Yes, he'd be dead. Okay, so Orc E is dead. Josiah, it's your turn. Unless Tricky has anything else up her sleeve.
Nope.
No.
All right, so Orc A is engaging me, so I re-engage him right back.
All right. You have advantage because he's flanked by Jarrah.
Okay, well, let me roll just in case I get a crit as well.
Just in case.
And I did. All right.
Hey.
Wow. Okay, roll your critical damage. Double your
Okay.
dice. Add your mods.
21.
That was your damage?
Yeah.
Orc A?
Flipperoo.
Yeah.
How do you kill Orc A?
I don't know. So I just cut one guy's arm off. So I guess in the same foul swoop, I swing a full 360 and lop another guy's head off behind me. There we go.
Very good.
That's cool. I'm just taking arms and heads.
Right.
It's the only way to kill an orc, isn't it?
Right. That's definitely a good way. Okay, so he's dead. Orc D. Josiah, do you have any other turns, actions, movement, blah, blah, blah?
No, I don't think I need to do anything.
Okay. All right. So this guy is attacking. Let's see. Gimbal.
Yes.
And he misses Gimbal with a failing 13. All right, Gimbal, it is now your turn.
Momo,
Momo's scrambling.
protect your master.
Momo dashes to you, I suspect, but he's not going to have an action this turn.
All right. And then I'm going to. Then I'll just keep swinging.
All right, roll to hit.
23 to hit. And
That certainly hits. There's
7
two,
damage.
by the way, there's Orc D and Orc F.
Right. Who was the one that was there first? D?
D, yeah. He's
All
already taken some damage as well.
Yep. D it'll be. So 7 damage to D.
7 damage to D, okay.
And then 10 to hit. So yeah.
D.
That's me again. Yeah, that's it. Oh good.
Okay.
Momo's here. Hey buddy.
Orc D is very wounded, by the way, and he doesn't look at all well.
Mhm.
Okay, Hank, it's your turn. You're hiding.
So far we've got 2 left, right?
Yep. One of them is injured. The other one is untouched.
All right. So I'm going to pop out from my little hiding place. How far away is he? The one that's untouched?
Less than 30 feet.
Okay. I'm going to engage him. I'm going to run up to him with Ledivar and give him the old stabbity do.
Stabbity do with Ludivar. Roll to hit.
Yeah, stabbity do. So that's 21 to hit.
Yeah, most certainly hits.
Excellent. And he's so far unengaged by anyone at the moment, eh?
That's correct. Yeah, he's hasn't hit anyone and hasn't. I don't know if he's hit anyone, but he hasn't been hit.
It's a D10, so 1d8 plus 5. Okay. So it's 5. It's 12 damage.
Wow, good hit. Certainly he grunts at the damage and kind of crumples forward, but recovers himself. Have you finished your turn?
Yes, I have.
Right, he's definitely going to engage you with his great axe. Rolling a massive 8, he fails to hit.
Yeah.
Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
Toll the dead again.
All
It's
right.
also Jar's turn as well.
It's after, I think.
All right.
He succeeds on his saving throw with a 16.
Ooh, okay. Does anyone need any small healing?
Nah, I'm
Probably
good.
Gimbal.
No, I'm
Is-
good. I spit a tooth out.
What are you on
How many
now?
teeth do you have left, actually, Gimbal?
Almost
Two.
none. They grow back. They grow back. Elf teeth grow back.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Not many people know that.
Cool story.
It's because they live so long. They've got several
Yeah.
sets.
What
like
are
a
you on,
shark.
Gimbal, right now?
That would make sense, actually.
23 out of 52. So I'm good.
Okay.
Do you reckon elves have to file their teeth down then?
Yeah,
You know, they keep growing.
Mm.
No, because they grow to a point where they just pop out again like baby teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we eat so many apples.
A little known fact that elves have, every 100 years they grow a new set of teeth.
Right,
That's it
okay.
for Tricky Bob, but there's no one next to Jana. Jana?
The tooth fairy is a real thing.
Jana.
Okay, I'm done.
There's no one next to her right now.
There is Orc D.
Orc D. So she will battle axe Orc D.
All right, roll a hit with
So that's a
battle
20.
axe.
And she rolls a 11.
Does not hit.
Boo.
Ooh.
Boo, Jara, boo.
Ooh, Jara.
Okay, is that the end of your turn and Jara's turn? Okay, Josiah, it's your turn.
Is this the last remaining orc as well? There's a.
No, there's two left.
It's 2.
Okay, all right.
Both very wounded at this point.
Okay, well, let's try and take one alive for questioning.
No prisoners.
So I'm gonna attack and hope it's non-lethal damage.
All
You
right.
can
Hits.
opt to do non-lethal damage, though,
No,
can't you?
only with a blunt weapon.
17 to hit.
Your fists.
17 to hit. This is with your sword.
Yep, but I'll forego the damage if it's if I can use my disarming strike. Let's see if it succeeds or not. Fuck it, no, let's kill him. I'm
Poor
fucking.
dead
I'm
orcs.
killing
Another
him.
one.
You can.
That's
Okay.
11. That's 11 to damage.
Orc D is dead.
Yeah. I considered it, and then I went,
Right.
I was thinking about it as I was attacking, and I was like, I'm too late to do anything.
All right. Now you still have your movement. You can move to the other orc that lives, Orc F, if you still have another action.
The orc that lived.
That would be next to me.
And you could flank him with Hank and get advantage too if you want.
And
yeah,
give me
I'll
advantage.
flank him. I'll get in there and yeah, I'll get in there.
Get in there.
I'll get in there.
Now, hopefully, Gimbal doesn't kill this one, but that is not up to me.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Is it my go?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, all right then.
Sorry, did you miss your attack, Josiah, with your second attack against?
I don't have a second attack. I'm just
Yeah.
getting in there and flanking.
Oh, okay. So you just
Yeah.
moved in there to flank.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Because he's a halfie. He's a rogue.
I'm getting in
Warrior.
there. I'm trying to get his attention. Yeah.
Okay. So yes.
I'm a halfie by name and halfie by nature.
Right.
Name of my debut album.
Gimbal roll to hit, or do something cool.
Something cool, you say?
Well, I don't know. It's up to you, really.
I will attempt to grapple the man.
All right. So this is a strength grappling check. Huh? All right, go for it.
Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah, 20. He grapples you.
Momo will attack him.
Momo attacks him. All right, roll to hit with Momo.
Yeah, that's better. 18 plus something. Plus 4. 22.
Hits. And
Yeah.
Momo's sinking his teeth in, or what?
Oh yeah, it's all his technically it's slashing attack, so he's mauling. So 10 mauling damage.
He'd be dead.
Good job. Good boy, Momo.
Momo does that, and Hank's like, God damn it, Gimbal. I was going to put him asleep.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, I could have held person him.
I tried to grapple
Alright.
him.
All right.
Fine. We've set a very good precedence of how we're gonna do this.
Oh, I know. Tricky. Revive him.
No,
don't
don't
waste
don't
that.
waste that. Don't waste the
Wait,
effort.
isn't there
I
isn't there
could-
that fellow that's just bleeding out?
I could just spare the dying on him.
What's
there is one orc standing there.
Holding his arm.
He's on his knees, his arms missing, and he's just watching the blood pouring.
Well,
out.
here he doesn't have any arms, so he
First
can't hurt us. Let's take the armless one.
Yeah, he's
he
armless.
has a arm. He has an arm.
Oh.
He has one arm, yeah, but maybe it's his secondary arm.
It would
you
be
know,
because
like
you would have.
if he's left-handed, it was his his right arm or something.
So,
you cut off
Momo?
the arm that was holding the axe.
Yes.
Sick him.
True.
No, I ran up to him and spare the dying because is he like unconscious or?
He's in a kind of
Shock. Yeah.
trance.
Shock trance.
Like
Catatonic.
Catatonic. That's the perfect word. Yes.
I'll try to stabilize him.
All right. You can make a medicine check if you want, unless you have another method of
I
doing
got a cantrip.
Okay.
I'll cure wounds.
No,
gonna
because I mean,
cure
I
him.
can stabilize him that he,
Hmm.
I don't know what, I guess he gets to 1 HP.
Oh, good. Let's do that. No, yeah, let's keep him as weak and miserable as possible.
All right.
Does
Fair.
anyone actually? Oh fuck! I think I speak Orc. I speak Orc.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would. Yeah.
All right. So you speak Orc. He's got 1 hit point. And thusly his wounds on his shoulder heal up. He's still in shock though, because he did lose his arm. You know, that's not very pleasant.
So barbaric.
And he seems to be in a kind of religious trance, talking to Grumsh.
I'm gonna pick up his arm and slap him with it and tell him to pull himself together.
Good
In
God.
Orc.
So you do a hit point of damage and he dies.
Yes. That's
No.
bludgeoning. It's bludgeoning, so I knock him out.
Okay.
Jeez, yeah. Yeah.
No.
Knock him unconscious with his own arm.
Did you actually?
Just kidding.
or-
No, just
Okay,
kidding.
right.
Should we tie him up?
Are you going to tie
He's
his
got no
hands?
arm.
I don't
He's
think.
HP.
What do we tie his arm to?
You going to tie his hands together?
Well, we could tie his arm to his legs.
let's
Yeah, let's
just
do that.
You hog tie him.
ask if he can hear us, Gimbal.
Okay. I'll grab his face and like point it up and say, "Can you hear me?"
Oh, did you actually not bludgeoning?
No,
With
I'm
his
not
arm. Okay.
slapping a guy with his own arm.
I don't know.
Fun
I
as it
don't know
would
anymore
be.
with Gimbal.
You,
Yeah, it
you
seems like
grab
something you
his
do.
face and you twist his face to face you, and he begrudgingly looks up at you and then looks down again in shame.
Good. I turned back to those. I was worried for a second he was going to spit on my face. All right. What am I saying? What am I
why-
asking? What am I
ask him-
asking?
Ask him why his people are here.
Okay, sure. I'll turn to him and say, "Why are you here?"
We were made by Grumsh.
Well, he really went straight to the root cause of that.
To
This isn't a philosophical debate. You know?
made by Grumsh to specifically come here.
He shrugs.
Yes, Grumsh doesn't seem to have much, Does he have a motive? Why are you here? Why did Grumsh send you?
So, he's talking about the guard, Gimbal.
What?
But you won't be able to
Oh,
understand. Oh wait, I
Grumsh.
understand
Like-
Orc. Can we
Oh,
all
see?
understand Orc?
If you understand Orc, you can chime in.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's tricky.
I can. Hello, sir. What is your name?
Good day.
I assumed it's a man, right?
You seem to be a little bit lighter than previously.
Non-binary Orc.
That's tricky trying to be disarming.
Seems to be female, actually.
Oh, okay. Hello,
Oh.
ma'am.
Oh,
How did I not notice that?
What is your name?
Nishrak.
Nishrak.
We
Clear-
own you now.
No, slavery is illegal, I think. I'm a cleric of Moradin, and I have brought you back from the brink of death to.
She bears her fangs at you.
I guess she's smiling in
I think you-
gratitude.
I think she's angry you pulled her away from, and I said, Groobsh.
No need to thank me, although you could if you want to. I will not, hold it against you either way. But me
You take my
and
honor.
Yeah, Tricky likes to be
Yeah,
thanked for
sure.
that kind of stuff.
I'll protect you, Honor. Don't worry.
No, she's
Well,
saying
well.
you took.
Honors
She says
God.
you took her
Oh,
and her arm.
I did not take your arm. That was not me. I didn't touch you.
What you want with me now?
Well,
Kill me. Finish your job.
Well, you got so much to live for.
Nothing to live for.
You do. You've still got one whole arm. You could do a lot of things.
I
with
think
that.
I'm on her side on this, Tricky.
Honorable death is my only hope.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's.
We'll let you go.
You have betrayed me.
Yeah.
Why?
Look. I can give you
Our
an
gods are
honorable
better.
death.
Grumsh, you have failed.
No, you did fine. I can give you an honorable death if you will let me and my friends know just a few things about your camp.
Can you make a persuasion check with disadvantage, please?
Intimidation.
You're so wet.
You're not being intimidated.
No,
No.
please.
Excuse me, Mr. No Arm. I love you.
12. It's-
12. Yeah, nah. She spits at your feet. She spits teeth at your feet.
All right.
Gimbal
I'll
spits
pull
at
him.
your
I'll start dragging her over towards the cliff. And I say, so is falling to death honorable?
She doesn't resist.
Probably is.
Better
Probably
than
what she wants.
listening to your dwarf friend warble of friendship and kindness.
Okay,
Can
let's.
I ask for a rundown on what has been said?
Yeah,
so
Hank
far?
and Josiah just sort of
'Cause
like kicking their feet in
I
the
would
snow.
like to
All
chip
right,
in here.
Fine. All right, so she wants an honorable death because we screwed her over. We've dishonored them by making her pathetic.
But
What's
protecting her.
what's the most dishonorable thing you think you could do to an orc?
Well, we let her live in shame. That's it.
Yeah.
She is the shamed one. I did this to her, and I
Nah.
say you are the shamed one now.
Because then she'll just go and try to redeem herself and get her honor back.
Jara says,
You could make her a slave.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't need a slave.
Does anybody
I
want an
hang
orc
on.
slave?
I want an orc slave.
or a prison.
Gamble.
Hey, we've got 2 goblins sitting back at home. Who's going to look after them?
They're getting paid.
Yeah, and we
They're
don't
not
have to pay,
slaves.
and we don't have to pay this one.
I don't know. I don't think she'll be on board with this.
She'll murder us in our sleeps.
Okay, hang on a second. I turn back to her and say, what was her name again?
Crush
Her name was Nithek.
Nishrek.
Nishrek.
Yeah.
So I say, Nishrek, 2 options. You could stay with us forever as my slave and live in shame and dishonor. And when you die, I'll make sure that you come to my god instead of Quilch and continue shame in the afterlife. Or I could throw you off this cliff if you tell us why you're here, how many of you there are, and betray your remaining friends.
So, my question to you out of game is, what is stopping her from jumping off the cliff right now?
I'm holding her.
We hogtied her, right? Didn't we?
Yeah, she's tied. Yeah, we tied her, and
Hands
I'm
tied.
holding her there. That's why I
we
dragged her
actually
over
do
to the
that?
cliff.
All right.
I remember we talked about it.
Like I
Did we
just
actually
let
do
her
it?
jump off to, that's basically an honorable death, like a samurai. She doesn't just get to jump off the cliff.
She says,
400 years ago,
Mhm.
before the Battle of Kobandur, my ancestors ate the flesh of your forefathers. We
Gross.
did their flesh, the long pig, we call it.
Ooh.
Mm, okay. You guys go on. I'll turn back to you guys. You guys go ahead.
No.
We're not getting any information out of this one.
My great
Oh.
grandfather, his name.
she gives you an Orcan name. I can't think of one quickly, but she gives you one.
Okay.
She says,
carried many elf ears about his head, perhaps 20 of them. Some may have been your kinsmen, I hope.
she bares her throat at you.
I am doing a gimbal check. Sorry, guys.
All right.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
I failed. All right. I drag her back away from the wall. I hamstring her and walk away.
Hamstring her.
So yeah, cut the back of her leg so she can't move.
Okay.
Oof, yucky.
She shouts out in agony at that.
Oh, and I cut out her tongue.
And
Ugh.
Oh, good God, Gimbal.
It's not a
Gimbal.
gimbal check. That's torture.
Yeah, I know, but she's being a bitch.
it was kind of lucky we don't use alignment, isn't it?
Well,
Good. That'd be interesting if we did.
I
I
still
would
don't
like
think-
to imagine that Gimbal isn't just doing this like silently and callously, like he's screaming as he does it. You know, like,
no. Well, I still don't think I've broken alignment.
What is your alignment?
Actually, I can't. How do you find your alignment? I can't see it.
Well, we don't use
I
them.
don't think we've ever done it.
Yeah, that's just for
It's-
our own flavor.
Hang on. Yeah, chaotic neutral.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yep.
chaotic.
Okay, fine. No, I don't. Don't brutally massacre. Tricky, she's your problem. I can't talk to her anymore. I'm about to kick her off the ledge.
Wait a minute. You just cut her hamstrings.
Oh, so I did do that. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I've done that,
Uh,
but not her tongue.
I'll tell you what,
Alright.
Tricky Bob, if you want to, you can try and intercept him if that means anything to you.
I will. Yeah, I'll probably intercept him. Although, can I actually understand what he's trying to do?
You can speak Orc, right?
Yeah.
So
You've heard him.
so far. Yeah,
You've heard him diss me.
When you see
Yeah.
A
him,
lot.
you see him throw her on her face and draw whatever weapon, a knife or something that he was going to use to hamstring her. And he bends down like where he's going to slash her ankles, her Achilles tendons.
Oof.
So
Gimbal, gross.
you have precisely this long to make a decision.
Can I
He's got it coming.
perform an honor kill somehow on her? I don't know what's the orc, and I imagine Tricky Bob might know what's the orc form of honor killing is.
Well, to her, she needs to die at the end of a blade or some sort of weapon.
I have a warhammer, so I can.
Yeah, swing your warhammer at a temple.
Okay, I just
Okay,
knock,
so you
try.
use
Yeah.
your movement to jump in there as fast as possible.
Yes.
You and Gimbal can both make athletics checks to see who does their thing first.
19.
Oh my god! So you
Yeah,
might hit-
11.
Okay, so so he cuts her first tendon, and as he does that, now you can make an attack roll to hit her. You can do it with advantage because she's prone.
Things just got really grim in here.
No.
Well, you guys wanted to capture the orc.
13.
Yeah, we wanted to get information from her, not
Well,
to
she's not-
mutilate her.
That's with advantage.
I'm trying to see.
Yeah, it's 2d20.
Oh, 18. 18. Sorry, because I got a +5.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's
18. Yeah, easily. Okay, so you hit her. All right, well, she's technically had 1 hit point, so yeah, you've put her out of her misery.
She screams in pain just as Gimbal slices
Yikes.
his hand in, and then silenced with the thud of a warhammer to her
Ugh.
head.
Yes, and the crack.
Can I
Damn.
perform an orc burial on her?
And then there's just a really awkward pregnant pause. Yeah, for a good minute while everyone's kind of.
Well, guys, here's
There's
the
a lot of
information.
sucking of teeth.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Make a
sucking their teeth. Like,
Perception checks, please.
Here's what I've learnt: is she has a great grandfather that I need to go murder.
I think he might be
Perception?
dead.
That one. I'm too busy performing the ritual.
oh, what are we doing? Perception.
Perception. 22 for me.
22.
Gimbal and Josiah. Yep. And Hank, what do you get?
Hi, natural 20 for a total of 23.
The griffin is circling again overhead, and
Here you go, buddy.
it swoops in near you and picks up one of the dead orcs straight through the space of the battlefield.
I want to send Hogsmoor to follow it and come back to me when it figures out where it's gone.
Well, I have my doubts that Hogsmoor has the kind of speed of a griffin, but
Can she at least see though? Like if she goes high enough, she can look to see. She's got good eyesight.
I mean, it takes the body up over to the other side of the chasm and plants it on a shelf there, and
Okay.
devours it.
Right.
And sits there for a while. That's what Hogsmoor learns. That'll
Okay.
take probably half an hour to an hour for it to eat.
Okay. So she's doing that at the moment.
Yeah. And I might
Damn
leave
it.
us there.
Yep.
Mm,
I should have tied her to a tree and just left her there. Fuck.
mm.
Isn't that what you were going to do?
No,
So-
well, it would have been less
Yeah.
gruesome.
So I said,
Yeah.
What a dark day for the Frostmoor crows.
Dark.
It was-
She
it was
Very
a-
comfortable with Gimbal.
Yeah.
She started it.
I don't
but
know.
She
Tricky
was a bitch.
performed a kind of cold-hearted kill as well.
It
Well,
was an
cold-hearted but
honorary
merciful.
thing
Mercy
to
kill.
do, yeah.
It was a mercy kill. Yeah. I'm all right with that. I think Hank's
Okay.
probably looking askance at Gimbal every now and then.
No, I
Look.
think Gimbal got riled up. You know, like he didn't do it out of a cold place. He did it
Right.
because he was
He's
being
taking
taunted.
drugs. He's mutilating people.
That was a group decision.
Yeah.
What, to mutilate people?
No,
No, the drug bit.
I mean, yeah, and in the heat of the moment, like she
Mhm,
was specifically trying to agitate him to do that.
That's right. She did
Yeah.
well.
And he's fought orcs all his life, you know. He's probably brutalized many orcs in this fashion.
He's one of your preferred enemies.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
Well,
Orcs-
maybe
orcs are one of my
Hank's just
preferred
sort of
enemies.
like,
Right. So I mean,
Confronted,
He's
yeah.
got a preferred enemy as orcs. So
Mm.
oh, dude,
Really?
Yeah.
Did you actually use that?
he
This
did-
guide?
it gives
Well, I
you
didn't really
bonuses,
need to.
doesn't it? Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna stop the.
Yep.
All right.
All right, go.
I'm gonna